hanging from a thread till you dead. Cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed. She getting details, spinning every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale, a fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep part. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I'll survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, straight bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really know where to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dancing your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence. Dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next. Open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think the Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving. What is poppin', people? Welcome back to the Ill Cartel. I am your host, Shy Ill, and we are back in the building on this lovely Friday night. All right, salutes to y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Salutes. Hold on, let me knock this down. Boom. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. All right, I'm sure everybody's had a long, what is it? Is it the first week, second week?
of January already. Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. All right, let's get this popping over here. What is popping, y'all? Let's get this popping over here. What's good? Let's hit that like button. We're at a 50% ratio, and there's nothing but usual suspects in the building. So I expect all of y'all to hit that like button. I appreciate it. All right. Let's turn on Twitch. Let's turn on Kick. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to Kick. Salutes to them. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Nothing but usual suspects in here. That like button should be at 100% right now. All right. All right. Salute Zoraida. Hi, Shy. Happy Hood Rat Things with our friends Friday.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
It's been a long week. Everybody was getting after that money.
Millions.
All right, salutes to y'all. It's Friday. El cuerpo lo sabe. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. La mente lo sabe también. The mind knows too. The new news in the bartel. I'm ready for it. Salutes. Shout out 298 on the check-in. Appreciate you, sir. Salute Shannon. Saludos Shy. Zoraida. 298. Finally, it's Friday. We're gonna do
but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
Shout out Kevin Rodriguez. No second chapter of Trader today. Of course, there's a second chapter of Trader today. Premiered at 5:30 p.m. today. That like button, y'all. Let's get to 100%. So yes, there is a second chapter of Trader today. Second and third chapter, really. But yes, next episode did happen. Y'all can check that after the live stream. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you leave a comment. We need these series that we're doing to build. Every week we need these series to build. We're training El Tubo at this point to put a little fucking respect on my name. You know? But yes, sir. I'm a workhorse. I get it done. I try to complete my condenas. Alright. Shout out Zoraida. Second chapter was right before this, indeed. Shout out Ivy on the check-in. Shout out Raven on the check-in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. 298. Ivy. Shout out Upper Echelon on the check-in. Salutes to you, sir. Thank you for being here. Shout out Velez. It's payday Friday, plebada. Alright. Salutes. Val sends your love as well. Salutes to you, Val. Appreciate you. Shout out Adrian Torres. Salutes to you, sir. Get paid by week. Shout out Shannon. Cool hoodie shot. Salutes. Basquiat. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't want his work on a hoodie, but, you know, it's the only way I corrupt the dude, you know. Shout out Basquiat. I can't afford to. I ain't Jay-Z. I can't afford to put a Basquiat on my wall, so I put it on my chest. Shout out Zoraida. She forgot to hit the like button. Done. I appreciate you. Everyone, make sure you hit that like button and didn't forget like me. It happens. All right. Salute to y'all. But yes, we did drop that. We also dropped Cartel episode 2. All right, Cartel with 2 L's, aka The Tell. We dropped episode 2. So make sure if you haven't checked that out, you go check that out. They got their own playlist now. Cartel got its own playlist. And the Traidor, the Trader, got its own playlist. All right. Trader will be every day, every Friday at 5:30 p.m. That'll drop. And Cartel every week or bi-weekly. And of course, we cut the news from here. All right, we do the live streams. We cut the news out of here. We put those out as Cartel News. I know during live streams, y'all be in and out of here having a good time. Make sure you check out those edited versions when I put them out. It's a lot of work right there. So you can half listen here as long as you're here in the live stream. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you get those edits up, all right? Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all. All right, today we're going to talk about Ovidio and Mayo's, I'm wondering, man, because I'm almost close to letting go of the code. We'll see how El Tubo keeps treating me. But I will tell y'all this. If y'all notice, on the Trader and on Cartel, I don't use code talk. And I've been getting by. My understanding is the way I framed it, all right? I guess El Tubo thought my delivery was too aggressive over time. All right, my delivery ain't gonna fucking change. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna change is the framing of everything. All right, salutes. I talked too much. Everybody left. They were like, "Oh, you didn't tell us about the bloody war." That or the Tubo kicked y'all the fuck out, but it happens. Shout out PPS on the check-in. Salutes. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So you'll see for the next 6 to 12 weeks, Cartel, Trader, Il Cartel News. Those are going to be the uploads just on a regular basis. Training El Tubo to put some respect on my name. All right. Tomorrow, this is for Velez. Tomorrow we'll be having the marathon for the final marathon of Cartel Wives. All right. We're at the end of Cartel Wives. It's like chapter 27 through 33, something like that. So that'll be dropping tomorrow afternoon. And then maybe I'll go live off the phone. I'm going to try not to because I do want to enjoy the fights. I do want to enjoy, I'm going to, when my teams are winning, I go back to the ball sports. I do want to enjoy the Bears versus Green Bay, but I don't want to get clapped. So maybe I'll do it mic'd up and hopefully the noise cancellation will block everything out. But we already got clapped and we're almost out of that clappage. That clappage ends in February for the UFC. We got caught up on Head Kick Shy. And what's crazy about that is that it doesn't matter what channel I'm on. If I go copyright crazy and get clapped on another channel, it affects all the channels. They'll shut down all my shit when they're ready to. They have the power, all right? Salutes Velez. Noon CST. Noon CST sounds good. Is that good for you, Velez? If it's good for you, it's good for me, bro. Noon CST sounds good. Yeah. Boom. So we got the marathon for that. And then I'm going to make a playlist. We already have a Cartel Wives playlist. We already have a Surviving El Chapo playlist. But what I will do is I'll take the live streams where we've done these marathons that are 4-hour chunks, and I'll make a playlist just for those marathons as well for people that don't wanna, or don't have it on autoplay or whatever. They just want to have a 4-hour video that they can hit and go. I'll put those up there like that. So we'll be dropping that, and then Sunday we'll be dropping El Cartel News, and it'll be the edited version of Was Ivan Archivaldo behind all of it? El Panu and all of those people. You know what I'm saying? The Lindoros and all of that. So we'll be dropping that on Sunday. And then boom, back to Monday we start again. On Ill Films, I've been doing the It universe. All right, we got through It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2, and now we're on to Welcome to Derry, the TV show. So we got that going up. We're going back to Mayor of Kingstown, Season 2. We're going to get into that. We're finishing up Landman. And right at the end of Landman, we'll be picking up with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Game of Thrones spinoff. Be doing that. So, boom. That's what we on. Shout out to Nane. Don't get clapped. Yeah, I don't want to get clapped. But there's a lot of fights tomorrow. There's a lot of football tomorrow. I do like hanging with y'all during that. So we'll see how I figure it out. A little early for me. You think you could push it back past noon? Well, let's see. I mean, you throw a number out there, bro. You let me know, bro. All right? Not too far past noon. Once it starts breaking into the fights and shit, and I got to pay attention to it, lo cagó el gallo.
Yo vivo tranquila con los pelos. Cállate, hijueputa.
So today we're going to talk about that. Today we're also going to go through the other information that Velez, and shout out to Velez, Shannon, Ted, everybody that helps push the content forward in the Discord. I appreciate y'all. Again, I can't get to everything. And on this channel, I have to stay very focused. It's very hard for me to even discuss politics and what's going on with ICE and all of these things with you here. Because I don't want to confuse the algorithm when it's finally catching up to me. You know what I mean? But we're going to talk about some of the information on the Lamborghini guy who was hammered down in Mexico and got his 16-year-old daughter unalived. All right? We heard theories that the guy was on the level and that he was fighting against these illegal gambling rings. Now there's more information out there about how much he was involved and might be on the nefarious dark side of that shit. So we're going to look into that because I am going to do an Il Cartel news video based on that, and I want to have as much information as I can when I drop it. Cartel wise better than surviving El Chapo. Velez done called it. I think Jay will tell you the same shit. P might tell you the same shit too. Shout out Velez, I'm just messing with you. I'll be watching with the cafecito. All right, cool. 12 noon it is, Papa. 12 noon it is. All right, boom. So, boom, we're going to talk about that tonight, and then we'll get to whatever, man. Then we'll get to whatever. I'd like to know. Okay, it's not here. The whole ICE situation is too much fucking information. I will say this. It's something that I said on Facebook today. I'm disappointed with humans. I feel like human beings are a bunch of fucking puppets. And I'm disappointed in a lot of people that I love. Just the lack of common sense amongst humans at this point is a little fucking crazy. All right. Shout out Robert on the check-in. What's up, Shai, Velez, Zoraida, Shannon, chat. I just want to say hi and check in. My opinion, Mayo gets life outside of ADX. Ovidio gets 8. What's that mean, life outside of ADX? He gonna be in a regular penitentiary, or he's gonna be on a rancho in Mexico serving his life sentence?
No mommy's wake.
That's quite a possibility at this point, man. All right. Salutes to you. Make sure you listen on the back end. Let's see. 298 said no way. What you mean, 298? Have you listened to Cartel Wives? If you haven't, we putting you in the.
Put him in a fucking battery, Mike.
Where's JT? You gotta come put this motherfucker in the battery, all right? Shout out Zachary Lightner on the check-in. Salute Zachary.
No mommy's
The
wake.
famous voice of our No Mama's Way. Salute Zach. Always getting that money.
Millions.
Right. Hit that like button, y'all. We hanging out. I'm not in a hurry. Let the algorithm do what it does. My live streams are my live streams. Okay, no hold on. But yes, I'm disappointed in humans. I'm disgusted. We pick and choose what we're empathetic about. We pick and choose what's this, what's that. I'd like to say that I called everything that these animals were gonna do from the beginning, including Trompito, including the righties, the lefties, the you know what I'm saying, the middle nut, both nuts. I called all of this. From day one, I called all of this, all right? I told Jay Flores in front of y'all that they were going to fuck this up. They fucked it up, and they fucked it up quick, all right? We thought it was going to be after the second or third airplane. Fucked it up on the first airplane. We thought it was going to be... They just fucked it up, man. They fucked it up. And it's rather disgusting, people's behavior at this point. Yeah, it's crazy. Shout out Zach, appreciate you. All right, man. Let's get it. Hit that like button if you have yet to do so. Let me throw up these hundreds for y'all in the chat. Boom. All right, let me open la barracita. Ustedes sacan la bolsota. It's 2026. Zoraida, that's the bolsota right now. As far as Velez is concerned. Shout out Shannon. Back. Salutes. Alright. Start this here. My camera it's knocking us all the way off, man. I don't understand that shit. And we're back. I don't understand why it does that. It's kind of aggravating, really. It wasn't doing that before. We need an update, OBS. You're bullshitting. And we're back. Big bags. Big hefty trash bags. All right. Boom. Boom. Let's get it. People are disgusting, boy. Humans fucking missed the plot, dropped the ball. Correction, la bolsota, indeed. We did a 9-hour marathon. The last one, I feel like that was for Surviving El Chapo. The first time we did it. The first time we did it, I feel like we did 9 hours. But then I realized that after 4 hours, El Tubo stops pushing it. So we might as well cut them to 4, and if we want to go 9, we just put another one on, start a new stream, you know? Salutes. But from now, tomorrow's is 3 hours, because it's just the ending of the book. And then after that, we'll do marathons of the Flores Twins exclusives. We'll do marathons of former Kingpin Reacts. We'll do marathons of the Cartel Chronicles playlist. We could do marathons on anything at any time. We could do Cartel marathons. We could do Trader marathons. All right, salutes. I also want to talk about El Señor de la Silla a little more too, because I have another video that I want to put out with his information. All right, y'all, let's get it. Hit that like button if you have yet to do so. We're going to hang out, do hood rat stuff with our friends.
Stuff with my friend.
Right? I'm all up in your fucking bubble.
I'm in your bubble. I'm in your bubble.
Salutes to the other suspects. We got APBs out on Vernon Himes. APB out on Young Jizzle. APB out on Macho McFly. We got some APBs out there. All right? We got some APBs out there. Smoke them if you got them. Drink them if you got them. If you're sober, here's a hug from me to you. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there on the road. Safe travels. Go get that money.
Millions.
Let's get it. What does it mean when a rug trafficker's hearing is postponed in the U.S.? Specialist analyzes the case of El Raton and El Mayo. Shout out El King Alucin. Zamora salutes. Buenas nachos. Mis. Oh, Ilucines. Ilucines. I thought you misspelled that shit. Who got their 16-year-old taken out? Well, he didn't do it himself, but I believe he put her in harm's way. We covered the other day. I don't know if you were here. You were probably here for a bit. The guy with the orange Lamborghini. The Lamborghini that got blown to bits. All right, shout out Zamora on the check-in. Appreciate you. Let's get it.
No, mommy's wait.
A specialist analyzes the case, huh? Can I give my analysis? You ready? Here's my analysis, man. My analysis is there's new developments. All right. My analysis is we need to figure out this deal. IB, you gotta back out and come back in. IB, you gotta back out and come back in. Back out, come back in. King Alucin, no, King Ilucin over there. No, he created a new one. Props to Zamora. He created a new one. I wasn't expecting that one. Now you could put a capital I on that motherfucker. You know? Capital LL. Shout out Velez. Had to open and close stream. You know what it is? When we go live, the first time that I switch my view from full camera to this, lately it's been dropping frames. I don't know why it does that, so my apologies. Again, El Tubo trying to hold me down. We're going to be undeniable on that. Let's get it. These guys got to, negotiate right. You cannot just negotiate a deal for the rest of your life quickly and, all tirado and shit. You can't do it. Can't do it. You got to play your cards right. That's what they got to do, right? Now, what are all the new developments? Well, for Mayo, the new development was that Joaquin came out and before a judge told the judge, hey man, I did this, and this. I'm sorry. I said it right. Joaquin came out in front of the judge and said all of these things that he did. Right? He said, I snatched El Mayo by my own volition with no help from the United States government, nor did they have awareness. That's a development right there. That's enough for Mayo to go back and say, I need a new deal. I must be repatriated to my home country. I was snatched and brought here against my will, and my country needs to repatriotize me and give me life in prison on my rancho. Life on the rancho. That's what you got to give me, whatever years are left. So that's his major development, right? And then you got Ovidio's developments, right? Ovidio's developments is what? Well, the rumor that I'm hearing, and I'm just seeing it, it's the internet. The internet lies, and so do criminals, and so do regular people, and so everybody lies, right? But from my understanding, his new development is Maduro, right? Supposedly. Now I don't know how much he's plugged and how much he knew about Maduro's business with his father or whatever. But maybe, just maybe, and y'all could tell me different, maybe Pocha is got a new development in his case over this Maduro situation, right? But here's what blows me about that situation. What blows me about that situation is now all of this talk, cartels, little boats. We blew all the little boats up. Right? And now they're saying, these guys are not a cartel. These guys are not selling dope. And now it's oil. More oil than Diddy's mansion. More than his suitcase. So those could be the new developments for either or. We'll see. What does it mean when a drug trafficker's hearing is postponed in the U.S.? Specialist analyzes the cases of El Raton and El Mayo. Among the factors that benefit Mexican drug traffickers, age was highlighted. The postponement of hearings in international drug trafficking cases in the United States, according to UNAM professor and researcher Javier Oliva Posada, is a result of the complex negotiation processes between the defense and federal judicial authorities, in which information, cooperation, and economic resources are exchanged in exchange for reduced sentences. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Are they talking about these high-level guys snitching? Shit. That's what they talking about? They need all that time. You need an extra... That's a lot of snitching. You need an extra 90 days. Coño, man.
No mommy's wait.
Crazy. That's a lot of days, boy. But people want to pick and choose about who's a snitch and who's not.
No mommy's
Shout
wait.
out Zach. Shannon, are we going to be friends during the Bears-Packers game, or you going to be with that damn cheeseheads? Shout out Zamora. Mayo said, thanks for the medical care, but I got to go back home. Let me ask you something. Why didn't he have his own quality medical care, huh? Is it a safety precaution? These guys don't own a good doctor? Like, why was he so... Because they said he bounced up and walked in the courtroom all good. If he was capable of doing that when they snatched him, then he would have. You know what I mean? But that is strange. But yeah, thanks for the healthcare. Back to the rancho. It was fun. He leaves talking about... It was cool. I never thought I'd see the inside of an American prison. I've seen it. Back to the montaña. could be friends, Zach. Enough craziness in the world these days. I agree. All right. In an interview with Joel Valdez for Millennial Television, the specialist explained that these extensions are mainly requested to strengthen the judicial files and broaden the negotiation margins. Yes, negotiating. Strengthen your case of why you should get what you want to get, and get your numbers in order. The objective is at the request of the defense. The decision is made by the federal judicial authority to accumulate evidence, witness testimonies, and documents that will reduce the prison sentence and set bail. So they're going through the deck of cards, All right, I got this guy for you. I got this address for you. This address right here is definitely worth a soft pillow and an extra piece of chicken right now, right? Now, this guy over here, this guy's worth like some years off of that, whatever that probation you was talking about is. Specialist explains the case of Ovidio and Mayo. Oliva Posada stressed that these processes involve large sums of money as part of the judicial agreement. So this is where you pay out when you got it. When you got it, this is the point where you pay out. The judge said, listen, I'm going to accept this extension because we need to get this motherfucking money, man. We need the money, man. Come on. No, nothing less than $1 million.
Million.
Nothing. We gotta figure this out. Before we go out there in front of everybody, let's get our story straight.
No, mommy's
Let's get our
wait.
story straight. This is what you get. This is what I get. All right? In the case of Ovidio Guzman, bail was set at $90 million. There's a consideration in exchange for these substantial sums that are deposited in the federal courts, he explained. Now, do you arrest the person that deposited the money? Do you follow that paper trail to the person? How you get that money? The same way that Tad from accounting gets called from the masked Sicario that wants to do an interview and shit like that. How y'all get that money, man? $90 million. That's heavy. Literally. The academic clarified that the negotiations are not limited to the payment of money. Of course not. It's information and shit.
Too much information and shit.
But also includes the provision of strategic information,
Too much information and shit.
which lowers the possibilities of negotiation for other involved parties, he pointed out. Right? So that's dirty work right there.
No, mommy's wait.
That's some dirty work right there. Not only am I going to tell on you, but I'm going to tell on you so much that you ain't going to have nothing to tell with when your time comes. What the fuck?
No. Bullshit.
That's some bullshit. What? Not only am I going to tell on you, I'm going to tell on you so cold that you ain't going to have nothing to tell on me with. I'm going to leave you with no leverage. Right? That's what it said, right? Or I'm dumb. The academic clarified that the negotiations are not limited to the payment of money, but also include the provision of strategic information, which lowers the possibilities of negotiation for other involved parties, he pointed out. Damn, it's a cold, cold world. Humans ain't shit. Yo. The fact. When will Ovidio's next hearing be? The intermediate hearing of Ovidio Guzman Lopez, one of the sons of Joaquin Guzman Loera El Chapo, has been postponed from January 9th to July 10th. Coño, man, that's a long time, man. It's a long, long time. That's a long time. Shout out Zoraida. I still think he's going back somehow. You talking about the old man? Shit. It's crazy talk. we've seen stranger things. Every day we up the ante. We see stranger shit every day, so it's quite possible. July 10th. He recalled the cases linked to Ismael and Mayo Zambada. His son and his brother were sentenced in the United States and for having cooperated and provided information. Today, they live in the United States with a new identity. They remain protected witnesses, he affirmed. All right, his son and his brother were sentenced in the United States and for having cooperated and provided information. Today they live in the United States with a new identity. They remain protected witnesses, he affirmed. From his perspective, this type of agreement creates a profound contradiction for societies affected by criminal violence. It's definitely a contradiction. For those of us who suffer the violence and cruelty of these criminal organizations, it is, at the very least, contradictory. Factors that work in favor of the drug lords. The researcher pointed out that this benefit can be extended to other drug lords once they meet the conditions imposed by the United States justice system. They're handing out deals like Oprah handing out cars, sponsored cars. You get one, you get one, you get one. The crime don't mean nothing. It's how big your name is. How many voters does this get? How many kickbacks does this acquire? You know, how many news stories do I get out of this? That's what matters. That's what matters. I mean, the twins told you that. When they said that they came in the room and they told the federal government, we give you Chapo, Mayo, and Arturo Beltran Leiva. And they were like, yeah, we don't know whatever about those other guys. They probably knew, but whatever about those other guys, we just want Pocha. Why? Because these motherfuckers want the headline. They want the headline. You know, I also asked Jay, and we came to the conclusion that it might have been when these bigger numbers were introduced for people who cooperate, that, you know, or for people that traffic, those big, you know, football numbers in prison are what inspired even more and more talking and less standing on it. But at this point, it's all a contradiction. If you let the president of Honduras out or the former president of Honduras out, and then you go take this one, you're just bullshitting. Our government is bullshitting, right?
Bullshit.
That's it.
Shit.
Shout out Velez. Hold up. What the fuck? So no one gonna be able to negotiate saying they got info on them? No, that they're gonna give. So their mission in that time is to that's what they're saying there, to give up so much information that somebody else can't use it to save themselves. You know, it's crazy. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Just like world leaders, they all sit down for dinner and compare notes. Maduro and Pocha, absolutely. After serving their sentences as cooperating witnesses and paying a hefty fine, they can indeed lead a normal life in the United States. They don't, this, Miss Mr. They killed, they unalived so many American people. It's a huge problem. It's huge. Miss me with the bullshit about lives. You don't give a fuck about lives, man. This is all just games. People don't matter to you. You think some of these people in office, if they know nobody's looking and you standing in front of their car, they'll knock you down and keep going. These people don't care about people. But see, Velez, I don't think it's just a specific thing for them. I think that's usually the move. They're trying to get so much information on the person that you give up. I don't even know what that shit means. Maybe somebody who's been through the process like Jay could explain it to us one day. But to me, that's what I get out of it. We're going to get so much information and we're going to lock down information and get it to where, Papa, we know everything. There's nothing you could tell us. We're going to give you all the years. Yeah, that's what it is. He getting out in 4 years then. 4 years. 8-year sentence, 4 years, good time. Shit. But they don't care about the lives. Mismute that shit, man. How many bodies didn't what's his face? Chino Anthrax have? Right? Was he notorious for a lot of bodies? Tell me who's the guy that got a deal that had the most bodies? Poacher? If they cared about bodies. Miss me with the bodies talk. Factors that work in favor of the drug lords. The researchers point out that this benefit can be extended to other drug lords once they meet the conditions imposed by the U.S. After serving their sentences as cooperating witness and paying a hefty fine, they can indeed lead a normal life. Oliva Posada indicated that age and health also influence judicial decisions. In the case of the elderly individuals with health problems such as La Tuta or El Mayo Zambada, these factors are taken into account when sentencing, he concluded. I don't know. Well, they're taking the old man's health into consideration. They're taking Ovidio's information into consideration, making sure they get it all. And, shit. He gets to July to sit in there before they seal his fate. He'll know what he's getting before he gets it. Pretty sure of that. Shout out Velez. Chino was a hitman, so yes, I suppose he probably had the most bodies unalived by himself. So that's the thing. They don't give a shit about bodies. What that guy do? That guy did 6 years or some shit? Miss me with the bullshit. 6 years. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Yeah, they don't care about no bodies, bros. Headlines. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Just headlines. Power. They're no different from each other. They just got different toolboxes. Same idea. Well, we'll see in July. Right? We'll see in July what it looks like when hold on, let me knock this down real quick. We'll see in July what it looks like when Ovidio gets sentenced. And we'll see whenever Yoma's, I think Yoma's is what, another 90 days they gave him. What they're going to do with all the info? Get Ivan, then he's going to go give info on someone else. Never ending. Snake eating its own ass. But these guys will get out though. They make a deal. They don't have to suffer the consequences like you and I. They were born into something big. You know? They were born into something big. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. We'll see. I'm wondering if any steps Mexico's taking to repatriate him. Now, I know AMLO did say that they had made attempts to push paperwork through or whatever, but we'll see. I don't know. That 90 days for him, talk about health. They said he came in there in a wheelchair. He came in there not looking good at all. And he left from there, and he came back for his hearing. A spry young man. So, we'll see. And then Joaquin said, hey, man, we snatched him with no help from the U.S., so. AKA, y'all could get him back. So we'll see what happens in these months. You see all the people getting popped off, right? You don't think these people are getting popped off because of some of the stories that these guys that are in jail are telling? Probably most of them. Shout out Tere on the check-in. Buenas tardes, mi amigo. Esta tarde, pero aquí estoy. Salutes. Presente. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And how many times are we going to ask the question? Is he going to get sent back or not? You know what I mean? We'll see at sentencing. They gave Mayo some of them perks. Not the kind he's looking for. Right? The perks he's looking for is like a softer pillow, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little TV or something. But that's why he had that bop to him. He was lit when he got there. That is true. They both were. But they both walked their ass or got shuffled. They shuffled their ass to the vans and shit. Maybe he was on something else, Malcolm, when he came to the courtroom for the hearing. Maybe that shit changed things. Right? He was a spry young man. Somebody let him, 100% El Viejón. Gracias, America. What? Velez, man.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Man, I need the image back. It's not the same without the image, man. Ron Jeremy on a wrecking ball, swinging through the sky, swinging off a big bolsota and shit. You know what I mean? Shout out Malcolm on the check-in. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming through. All right, maybe they perked them up in another way for the hearing, though. I want to do this right now. Let me stop this recording. And this one. And let me start a new one. Shout out William Cadell on the check-in. Salutes. Shout out Deb Heiser on the check-in. All right. Deb out there getting that money for sure.
Millions.
All we heard over and over and over again, day one, when I heard about the first boat blown up, I called bullshit. They said 11 men and a whole bunch of kilos.
No mommy's weight.
And we was like, that little itty bitty boat, all those dudes, all those millions of dollars worth of dope. And then 30, 40, 50, whoever knows. JP probably the only one that knows the final number. After all those boats that they told us about that, we was calling bullshit on early. No arrests, nothing. You wildin'. And then they told us the Cartel de los Soles, Venezuela. Oh, they're in cahoots with Mexico, Colombia, and they're running these little ships. Those little boats could have been running anything. They could have been running mackerel. They could have been running, you know, starfish, fake burqa bags, all right? Unauthorized Jordans. They could have been doing whatever. We'll never know. Why? Because we have a bunch of children, evil children, with their fingers on buttons that blow shit up. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. And they told us and I told y'all all year long the buzzword was cartel, 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 all over the place. Cartel. That was the buzzword everywhere. And we kept saying they're using it to do this, that, and the other. And that's exactly what they did. And then they went, they snatched up Maduro for whatever reason they got to snatch him up. I don't think he got snatched up. I think he made a deal, said, I'm going to come with you. And they said, all right, but we got to show a show of force so that everybody sees it. And then they cut off the lights and they blew some shit up. And then he looked like he got snatched and blah, 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 blah. But it was that or they were going to blow up his palace, right? Okay. So then, they get him. AI goes crazy. They put his picture all over the place wearing a Nike Tech and some Jordan 11s. I seen one where he had Air Force Ones on. I see one, like, come on, miss me with the bullshit, all right? The news, everything. Epstein list, psh, nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. Been redacted again from history, right? They get the guy here, and then, oh, we're going to drop frames again. Son of a fucking bitch. Why is this doing this? Okay, we didn't drop no frames. We good. And then they do this. Justice Department drops claim that Venezuela's Cartel de los Soles is an actual group. Let's see what they're talking about, because that sounds like some bullshit to me. Sounds like you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal. Everybody gets a deal. Trompito said we need 100,000 million gallons of that Astroglide y'all hiding over there, and we need all the baby oil you can get us. That's what Trompito was on. All right? Make sure you check out our premiere on Sunday, Robert. Our premiere on Sunday covers exactly what you're talking about. The connection between the alliance between the four letters and the Chapitos and what that might mean for Mexico. All right. Shout out William. Shout out Sombra Roja. Salutes. I knew once Trump grabbed that president, it was smoke and mirrors to make people forget about Epstein and take the heat off of his ass. It's part of it. See, everything is a distraction of a distraction of a distraction of a distraction. Cocaine white Air Force Ones or the black ones? No, they was white. Puro. They also pardoned we just spoke about that a little while ago. They also pardoned the Honduras cartel president. Right? They're picking and choosing which ones are the rug dealer, and then they're saying, oh, yeah, they're unaliving so many people in the United States. Huge problems. All right? But everybody gets a pardon, except for the ones that they want. Then they get the headlines, then they make a deal with them, then they pardon them eventually, and so on and so forth, till everybody's all oiled up, and they're all fucking rolling around on each other like a bunch of pigs in a blanket. Bunch of pigs in the mud. Let's get it. Last year, before capturing President Nicolas Maduro, the Trump administration designated a Venezuelan slang term for rug corruption in the military as terrorist organizations and said he led it. Wait. A terrorist organization is not a classification no more. Now it's a slang term? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with horrible writers. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a bad comic book with hor President Nicolas Maduro in 2024, in a revised indictment, the Justice Department abandoned its claims that Cartel de los Soles was an actual organization. In a revised indictment, the Justice Department has backed off of a dubious claim about the President Nicolas Maduro. Then why the fuck were you blowing up boats, bitch? Why? What did you go snatch him up for if they're not a criminal organization? Because you want to throw another Diddy party. The island is vacant. The only ones that get the pardon are the ones that get the big fee. That pay the big fee. Yeah, they want the oil or the money, you know, whatever else they can get. I don't get it. They backed off of a dubious claim about President Nicolas Maduro that the Trump administration promoted last year in laying the groundwork to remove him from power in Venezuela, accusing him of leading a rug cartel called Cartel de los Soles. That claim traces back to a 2020 grand jury indictment of Mr. Maduro drafted by the Justice Department. In July 2025, copying language from it, the Treasury Department designated Cartel de los Soles as a terrorist organization. In November, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State and President Trump's National Security Advisor, ordered the State Department to do the same. Okay, this is their classification. Now they're taking it back. But experts in Latin America, crime and narcotics issues, I guess it's supposed to say experts in Latin American crime. Oh, but experts in Latin American crime and narcotics issues have said it is actually a slang term. Such bullshit. Invented by the Venezuelan media in the 1990s for officials who are corrupted by drug money. So what? Cartel de los Soles is a slang term? And on Saturday, they're playing word games. This is what they do, though. On Saturday, after the administration captured Mr. Maduro, the Justice Department released a rewritten indictment that appeared to tacitly concede the point. Oh, so you guys fixed the error? You guys fixed the typo after you snatched them? Well done. What? Prosecutors still accused Mr. Maduro of participating in rug trafficking conspiracy, but they abandoned the claim that Cartel de los Soles was an actual organization. But wait, you've been going after these organizations, haven't you? Weren't they organized in the boats? They weren't organized? Ah, man.
No, mommy's wake.
This is America.
Instead, the revised indictment states that it refers to a patronage system and a culture of corruption fueled by drug money. What are they, rappers now? They just rapping about it? What are we talking about here? Where the old indictment refers 32 times to Cartel de los Soles and describes Mr. Maduro as its leader, the new one mentions it twice and says that he, like his predecessor, Hugo Chavez, participated in and perpetuated and protected his patronage system. That's just a bunch of word soup and shit. They say pussy and paper is poetry, power, and pistols. Just a bunch of peas and shit. Profits from the rug trafficking and the protection of rug trafficking partners flow to corrupt rank and file civilian, military, and intelligence officials who operate in a patronage system run by those at the top, referred to as the Cartel de los Soles or Cartel of the Suns, a reference to the sun insignia affixed to the uniforms of high-ranking Venezuelan military officials, the new indictment said. How convenient.
No.
No, mommy's wake.
How convenient that they finally got the language together. Everything's back in line. Everything's back in order. Well done. The retreat calls into greater question the legitimacy of the Trump administration's, of the Trumpito administration's designation of Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization. Now now they're saying that they done ruined the language. They messed up the language, right? They sent the wrong people to CCOT. They got American citizens getting unalived in the street by the Gestapo, by the trompasto. You know what I'm saying? They're sending the wrong. They're sending the wrong people away. Instead of going after criminals, while they're pardoning criminals, they're going after eloteros and roofers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And old ladies and children, right? And then they got the language wrong right here, and they called some imaginary slang term a terrorist organization. Come on.
No mommy's wake.
Oh, but we just gotta give them grace, you know. It's gonna take, some people are gonna get hurt in order for more people to be okay. Fuck out of here, man. You know what I mean? Fuck are you guys talking about, man? They done made every mistake that you could make with this shit, and people gonna keep letting it happen. The American people are a bunch of fucking pussies. You know what I'm saying? We don't stand on it. Everybody's protesting back and forth. One side has a green light to unalive people. The other side, you know, sits there and try to make people eat as much shit as they can, and everybody in the middle getting fucked. Man, y'all made a mistake. Oh my goodness, how convenient that after you snatch him and his oil, he's not a terrorist organization anymore. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Spokespeople at the White House and the Justice, State, and Treasury Departments did not respond to requests for comment because they're fucking cucks. They don't have to answer for nothing. Fuck them. Elizabeth Dickinson, the Deputy Director for Latin America at the International Crisis Group, said the new indictment's portrayal of Cartel de los Soles was exactly accurate to reality, unlike the 2020 iteration. Oh, so now it's accurate. We got it right, bro. We got it right after we got the oil. I think the new indictment gets it right. But the designations are still far from reality, she said. Designations don't have to be proved in court, and that's the difference. Clearly, they knew they could not prove it in court. Yo, let me ask y'all something, man. We might need a poll for this, right? Let me see something. Because I don't believe this country there's no political party that has any nuts to do anything. Let me ask y'all a question. At the end of Trompito's run, or let me just put in the future, will Trompito and members of his cabinet be charged with crimes for all of these things, real crimes, for all of these things they've done? We'll just leave that yes or no for right now. In the future, will Trompito and members of his cabinet be charged with crimes in a real court? Oh, I didn't want to add nothing, son of a bitch. There we go. Get that out of there. Hold on. Oh, start poll. Bow. Because you're making designations of people and you're getting that wrong, and you're blowing up boats in international waters and you're getting that wrong, and then you're getting this wrong, and it's like, and people are getting unalived, and you're giving bigots hammers and letting them run the streets and try to hurt innocent people and all of this shit. Bunch of bigots out there and with badges. It's crazy. Crazy shit. Shout out Velez. Shout out IB. You heard Marco Rubio's new nickname? They're calling him Narco Rubio. I mean, that's his new shit right there. He's in the game. Because there was a video of him totally geeked giving a speech the other day. Oh, I want to see that. Well, I mean, they're all on pills, that's for sure. And then everything else. They probably got IVs of all kind of dope shit waiting for them at the crib. Every night. They eat a fresh baby every morning. Like a fucking, like a monster. Like Pennywise the Clown. Didn't they say Venezuela was sending the Fanta to the United States? All of that. They said all of that. But now they're not a terrorist organization. You know why? Because they couldn't defend that classification in court. There's a lot of things I think they can't defend in court. The problem is right now, they decided that the court's closed and the court don't matter. So at what point does the United States military decide that enough is enough? They don't. We're fucked.
This is America.
Shout out Deb. Shout out that had his fire. Salute to you, Deb. This is one of my faithfuls right here. All right, one of my faithfuls. I walked into a Foot Locker, I believe, for a pair of sneakers one day, and it was standing there talking to me. I said, this one's for you, bro. No more extra chicken for you, indeed. Shout out Sam. Hello, first time commenting. Your content is really good. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. All right, stick around. Let's get it. This is a bunch of bullshit. What's this poll looking like? 62% believe that they will be charged with crimes. All right, I'm going to leave that poll up for a little bit. Still, Mr. Rubio again referred to Cartel de los Soles as an actual cartel in an interview on NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday, a day after the revised indictment was unsealed. These guys don't even send memos to each other, man. He didn't get the memo, man. Hey, papas, forget about the boats. Don't say nothing about the boats. They're not terroristas no more, all right? That was slang. We were just using slang, rapping and shit. You know what I mean? It was a freestyle. We will continue to reserve the right to take strikes against rug boats that are bringing rugs towards the United States that are being operated by transnational criminal organizations, including Cartel de los Soles. They're in dinghies with a little motor on the back. There's 12 of them on one boat. How much work they got on that shit? The shit is 1.5 foot deep. What are you people talking about, man? We still reserve the right to strike against rug boats. This shit sounds crazy to me. We will, let me see. Of course, their leader, the leader of that cartel, is now in U.S. custody and facing U.S. justice in the Southern District of New York, and that's Nicolas Maduro. The Drug Enforcement Administration's annual National Drug Threat Assessment, which details major trafficking organizations, has never mentioned Cartel de los Soles. That's the DEA's thing? I thought they were the biggest, the baddest. Huh? They're not the biggest and the baddest? No shit. Where's Jose? Didn't they say Venezuela was sending the Fanta to the United States, that they were the main... Man, but they're not even on their list over here, dog. The Drug Enforcement Administration's annual National Drug Threat Assessment, which details major trafficking organizations, has never mentioned Cartel de los Soles, nor has the annual World Rug Report by the United Nations Office on Rugs and Crime. What? Nobody knows these guys? They made these guys up, man.
No mommy's wake.
They made these guys up. Did they make up those other guys too? I think Trump is just gonna label anyone that doesn't agree with him as a terrorist. It's pretty scary when you think about it. We're past scary already, Sam. We're past fucking blink twice if you need help. We're past that shit. You know what I mean? We done left scary territory a long time ago. We are living in a full on. This shit's different. This is some different shit. You know what I mean? We already in the scary. We in it. So salutes to you. I agree. With Venezuela shit going on and Trompito sending boots to Mexico, I see two things. Gas is about to get cheap and broke ain't expensive. He keeps saying that y'all are going to fucking reap the benefits of this oil. I don't see that happening. He keeps saying that. He also said he was going to be in control of the money himself. And again, if it does get cheaper for a little while, that's just your free turkey, Papa. That's your bribe. Take it in good health. Not you specifically, but I'm saying. Shout out Primo on the check-in. Shout out Primo on the check-in. Salutes. The fuck? Hold on, I'm looking for something. Yes, the administration should be charged and taken to court in the future, but they are not, sadly. The Dems are too scared. No nuts. It's a left nut, it's a right nut. Neither one of them got no nuts. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. All right, this poll is evening out. 55% say no. All right, this poll has switched. All right, 55% say no, he will not be charged with crimes. Primo said, I do want to mention, though, we heard Twins say it here first, that the cartels are not safe from this happening. And about a year later, Trump saying it himself. From what happening? What are you talking about, Primo? The orange man has made money as the sitting president, more money than he has as a businessman. Yeah. We need to be making videos to Greenland just straight blinking. That's it. Just all blinks, bro. The rest of the world looking at us. And not only that, motherfuckers putting on their bulletproof vests like, hold on, man. They acting real wide in the United States of America, man.
This is America.
I mean, we heard Twins say here first, the cartels are not safe from this happening. From what happening? From getting designated terrorist organizations and then getting undesignated because these motherfuckers is liars? Come on, man. Twin said it here when people in the media were saying he can't go into Mexico to take on cartels. Twin said it here. Yeah, but you're not making sense. Twin said it here when people in the media was saying. Said what, though? You're not saying the what? What? That he can't go into Mexico and take on the cartels? It was split. All of the fucking warmongers, they was ready to go. But then the ones that really been through some real war, strategically, they questioned it. Now we are the threat. There you go, Zoraida. That's it. We always have been, but now we active. How much y'all want to bet the price of rugs will stay the same? I don't doubt it, because it has so far. In the midst of war, in the midst of enforcement, it already has. It already has. Let's get it. But the 2020 indictment, which laid out a lengthy narrative about a years-long conspiracy, portrayed Cartel de los Soles as a drug trafficking organization led by Mr. Maduro. It said the group took actions like providing weapons to the FARC, a Marxist rebel group in Colombia that has funded its military activities by rug trafficking and trying to flood the United States with cocaine as a weapon. The drafting of the 2020...
Old Soul sent $25 salutes CHIL salutes chat, saluting face emoji, 100 emoji, listening while I reminisce to 26 years ago today. Have one of each, clinking beer mugs emoji, tumbler glass emoji.
Shout out my brother Oso on the check-in, salute Sha'il, salute chat, listening while I reminisce to 26 years ago today. Have one of each, will do. 26 years ago today. I don't know, man. My brain is too haggled to know. And I'll probably be ashamed of myself for it later. All right, appreciate you. I will have those drinks. Salutes to my brother also on the check-in. Ain't no way gas prices are going down to the 1990 prices. Yeah, all of that. And then, but remember what he said. He gonna keep the money himself. He gonna keep the money. I'm gonna keep the money myself so that the United States can't get to it. What? How ridiculous is said thing? That shit is crazy. How ridiculous can you be? Ridiculous. That shit is dumb, boy.
Chinga su madre, ya valió.
Oh, I think I know. Also, I think I know. All right, let me go get my drink real quick. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. We chilling. Shout out Primo. Boom. Saludos also. Hey, Trump a cold gangster. Right now he is. He got power. Put him in a dark alley with you, 298. I mean, then what? Somebody just commented, which doesn't even make sense. Used on the Trader series. What is this? Episode 2. He used AI to read it. First of all, I didn't. There was a translation, but it was pre-AI that we had, and it was horrible. And shout out to Yar. Yar got us a good copy. So, Jesse Sanchez, no mames, pendejo.
No mames, güey.
People find anything to say. That guy never commented. Let's see. This guy never commented before. All right? No, he got 3 comments. They're all probably from today. And it's to say some motherfuckers that don't do shit always talking about the motherfucker doing something, boy. That's for real. He said, I found all this oil and all this money, but I hold on to it for you. I'm going to hold on to this for you. I'm going to make sure y'all get the right price. That's what he said. He said, everyone's going to be making money, but not that we the people are going to benefit from it. No. They're all going to make money. All those bloodlines. Right? All those bloodlines. Shout out Upper Echelon. Why y'all throwing shade on my boy? Well, I hope you took a nice long time, Upper Echelon, to get all your excuses in line and in order. All right? Because as far as I'm concerned, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for JP too, you Homer Simpson backing up into the bushes and shit. You know what I mean? So, and you know, you've been that way for a while now. You know what I mean? But I'm sure you got a reason for all of this shit, right? Miss me with the bullshit.
No mames, güey.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Too much information.
Too much fucking information.
This is America.
All right? Miss me with the bullshit. All right? Everything I said was going to happen, happened. It happened. Shout out Malcolm. Fuck him. Let him hate. Nah, it's fuck him anyway. But, you know, I just thought that was funny. Miserable motherfuckers, boy. Pinche upper echelon. So, yeah. So, unless you ready to answer for all of these things, all right, that your boy has perpetrated, and all of the bigots he's thrown out on the streets to beat up old people, miss me with the bullshit. Right?
Bullshit.
The U.S. has been corrupt just like other countries, yet no one in Congress is trying to stop this fucking madness. Like, don't let out the dirty laundry, pero no. He's going to make Venezuela and Mexico be free, as great as America. What's wrong with that? You're a fucking weirdo. That's what's wrong with it. I'm disappointed in you. All right? But I don't know. I guess the shit. I guess it all has to burn down. You know, for motherfuckers to be honest with themselves. All right? Confirmation bias is a real thing. No one's perfect. Bro, he's a cuck. You know what I mean? He's a cuck. James Madison versus Chill. You know what it is? Oh, this guy knows my name. Another one. Or maybe it's an old one. You mean nothing here. Pussy, you've been versus me forever if it's the same person. But there's like 100 of y'all. Y'all all in the shitter where that one's about to go. Pussy. But yeah. So, miss me with the reasons. Miss me with the fucking... He gonna make America great and make Mexico amazing and all that bullshit. He don't give a fuck about no Mexico. He don't give a fuck about no you. None of that shit. As Primo said,
Bullshit.
James Madison. Angel. That's my name, bitch. It's in the credits. You should do something to me. But you don't know me like that to come in here talking crazy. So we're going to get rid of your first alt to the day. We're going to make you do work. If you want to talk that shit, you hit the you hit that $2 text to speech right there. You can talk. Pop out where you at. You would never. We know you would never. We've proved this already 1,000 times. That's why you're boring at this point. And we got to get you the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
And matter of fact, he don't go to the bathroom. He go to the upper room. You should do something. But for real, we all know that every politician is corrupt or does things for self-gain. We're just seeing it out loud. Yeah. Indeed we are. We've been seeing it out loud. But yeah. All right, see you soon. All right, hurry up, bitch. You've been talking this shit for a year. Let's talk. Wait, who's this troll? I don't know. Some fucking dick smoker that's been talking shit for 2 years about how he's going to do something to me. The dispatch saying it back is hilarious. That's the funny part. That's the funny part. He's boring, upper echelon. He's fucking boring. Comes in here, says the same shit every time. Then he crawls back in his mother's bed. Nah, I don't think it's perfecto. He's not original, that's for sure. Fucking. Upper echelon no tiene vergüenza. Or she's talking about, I think she's talking about the orange man, though. Upper echelon, I think that's the problem. No, we're okay, man. As long as he makes everything great, he can do whatever he wants, bro. Papers. Everybody show me your papers. Show me your papers. Dickhead got to make another alt, though, so he can come back, get another alt, do his thing, talk his shit, say the same shit, crawl back into his mama's fucking bed. It's a different one. Now, when Perfecto pops up in his name, and then I clap him again. And half of these fuckers, I don't even remember what they did. I don't give a fuck. They come in here feeling important. Also says it's always the same person. I think it's different people. Then there's the one guy that always calls me by name. He's just going to have to handle his fucking business. You know? He's just going to have to handle his fucking business. But half of these guys come in here feeling important, including him. Like, we supposed to remember who the fuck is who. You know what I'm saying? Dog, we done moved on. You just a troll in the chat, bro. You only exist in text. Le vale.
Chinga su madre, ya valió.
And it's just to hijack the show. That's it. He did. I just think it's so stupid. Like, it's so weak. We deserve better trolls. We do benefit. We do definitely benefit from the petrodollar. Trust me. You do or you will? You saying you will from this money that dude's gonna put in his personal account? Some people go put in his personal account. He's not gonna get taxed on that shit. This poll is 47% say yes, 53% say no. All right, that poll is still damn near up the middle. We about to end it soon. I'll end it at 25 minutes, so 4 more minutes. I'll leave the poll up. Make sure you hit that poll. Still think it's a game. Tell me what it is then. Hello, Bello. You think I could actually be worried and afraid about somebody that has that many alts? You think that I'm going to be scared of somebody who got that many alts and is begging the dude that he want to do something to drop location? How does that make sense? That's proof you pussy. You know what I mean? Drop your mother's location. You know what I mean? The fuck are you talking about? Ya regresó. Still think this guy lives his fantasies through this chat. I wonder where he'd be when he's not here though. Alien. What is that? What is that? Some bigot shit? Like what? What kind of alien? I'm an illegal alien. That what you saying right there? We taking a troll break for this cuck. Huh? What that alien mean, man? Damn. We figured it out. You mad. You mad. I touched his inner trompito. His inner trompito got excited. You think I could ever be worried about somebody with that many alts? How's the guy that passed from your chat? Don't be like him. You said that last time. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. Rest in piss to you. And everybody you love. I hope you feel good and tough. My apologies for bringing unrest to your inner bitch. You know what I'm saying? My apologies. But don't be like him. He can't even spell it. Don't he like him? Fucking dork.
Chinga su madre, ya valió.
Are you done? Now it's peace. He's making his grand exit. Some of you motherfuckers is weak as shit. I gotta worry about somebody with that many alts. The fuck? Alright.
The upper room.
Had the chance in the park when you were eating that burger. Didn't take your chance. Pussy. Happens. You should strategize better. Don't worry, I'll be live somewhere else someday. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Since you so tough, since your inner bitch got rambled, shoot your shot. Shout out Juan Quintero. Fucking on the internet talking shit. You know what he does when he's not here? What does he do, Primo? Alright, where we at here? How much more of this shit? Okay, we're at the bottom. Shout out Oso, hit him in the fucking head. Oh, Oso hit him in the head. Headshot. He gone. He gone. Don't go. Don't go. He's saying, would you like a bag for 20 cents, man? Fucking dweeb. And here's the thing. You'll never know. None of us will ever remember unless somebody goes through all the live streams. Well, how the fuck that cuck started talking, what his original name was, none of that shit. All right? There's like 50 of his alts in the fucking bathroom.
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
And the upper room.
The upper
And the upper room.
room.
Like, come on. You a bored bitch. Saludos, Juan Quintero. Salutes. We'll see if you benefit from the petrol and for how long. Just we're serving up our liberties for this gas price. We're serving up our liberties for shit, and Everybody talking that everywhere is gonna be as great as America. All right. Let's see if you get those rights that they take back in case of emergency. Let's see if you get them back, and let's see how many more they take.
Velez sent $15. Tumblr glass emoji.
Shout out Velez for the $15 power chat. Have a shot.
Don Giulini Setentini te pone hasta el culini. Un shot, due shot.
So right now we're here and here. Bow. Salutes. Appreciate you, Velez. Thank you very much. Bow. Hit that right there. Boom. That's where we at. That's where we at. We'll see. We're not gonna benefit from it no time soon, Zaza. Remember, he's putting it in his bank account. Maybe he sends Zaza $2,000, $5,000, $1,000 or something. You know, maybe give him an oil coupon or some shit, a gas coupon or something. We'll see. He's gonna put the money in his own account. He's gonna make sure that nobody touches that money. What? You know, the money from the oil that they took from the cartel that now is not a cartel and not an organization at all, from the guy that they snatched from his bed in the middle of the night. Yeah. Listen, the next Marvel movie got a lot to live up to because America is episode after episode stranger and stranger than fiction.
This is America.
Let's see. We all gonna get one free gas tank fill up. That's it. That's it. Then he's gonna show you his Cash App, and it's gonna be empty. Look, guys, we went through all that Cash App money. The drafting of the 2020 indictment was overseen by Emil Bove III, then a terrorism and international narcotics unit prosecutor in New York. Mr. Bove ran the Justice Department in the opening months of the second Trompito administration and had a turbulent tenure, which included firing dozens of officials and ordering the dismissal of bribery charges, because nobody bribed them, against Eric Adams, then mayor of New York. Mr. Trompito later appointed Mr. Bove to a lifetime position on a federal appeals court. I told y'all, all y'all have to do is tell Trompito that you're in prison because of the Biden administration, and he will pardon you. I promise, it works. He doesn't even have to know why. While the experts in Latin American crime and narcotics issues praised the corrective about Cartel de los Soles, some also criticized other aspects of the revised indictment. For example, the indictment added as a defendant and a supposed co-conspirator with Maduro, the head of Venezuelan prison gang, Tren de Aragua. So they put everybody together. Everybody goes in one bucket, even if they never did nothing together. They all go together. Put them all together. The connection described in the indictment is thin. It says only that the gang leader, in phone calls in 2019 with someone he thought was a Venezuelan official, offered security services to protect drug shipments passing through Venezuela. Last year, Trompito declared that Maduro was directing the activities of Tren. So now he's the boss of them too, of Tren de Aragua, even though the U.S. intelligence community believes the opposite is true. But it doesn't matter what U.S. intelligence thinks. It matters what Trompito thinks until he agrees with what they think. Then it matters. America's a third world country now. Just about. Wait till they start pulling out. We done lost so many things. The laws just get bigger and bigger and bigger. The taxes get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the table sits on y'all back. Jeremy McDermott, a co-founder of Inside Crime, a Latin American crime and security think tank, said the inclusion of the Tren de Aragua leader as an accused co-conspirator with Mr. Maduro in a drug trafficking conspiracy reflects President Trompito's rhetoric. but was misleading. He pointed to this think tank's analysis of Tren de Aragua that says the gang has no ownership or major brocane shipments. You just call anybody a terrorist. You just call anybody a trafficker, and you get what you want. You get exactly what you want. That's it. It's all a big lie, bro. It's all a big lie. And I don't see none of y'all or myself benefiting from that shit. Not even a little bit. All right. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. I think the man turned himself in. And I think this is all bullshit.
Bullshit.
Boom. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, there was something else. No, I think that was it. I want to check the Lamborghini stuff. Yo, this situation with this mass grave that they found, was that real? By the stadium, whatever Olympic shit they're building? Shout out, Zorada. I never thought I'd be living this. Papers. Papers. Let me see your papers. I said on day one, when they sent these bigots in Amazon vests in the streets, I said they were the Gestapo. They are the Gestapo. And they are working with immunity, impunity. It's crazy. All right, I gotta find the Lamborghini stuff that Velez dropped. The things I see on TV are unbelievable. Man, there's some dark corners on the internet too. Been a lot of activity in the Discord. I love it. I just wish it counted towards the algorithm. We have a community section on the channel. I have to figure out a creative way for us to use it so we can build up the engagement there. I think I posted one too of Adela talking about it. Hold on. So much stuff in here. Let's see what Adela had to say about this shit. Or not Adela, Anabel.
What if I could build?
As I said, that's why I said third world country at this point.
Quien cometió ese homicidio no calculó las consecuencias que iba a tener, sino para la presidencia de la República e incluso para el gobierno de...
Hold on, let's see what she's talking about. All right, we're going back to the story of the man. He was a businessman in Mexico, supposed businessman. Ran a market, ran a trucking company, logistics company, and rolled around in his Lamborghini Urus with, from what I saw, two trucks, pickup trucks. Two pickup trucks filled to the brim with security. And his caravan was intercepted, and they started unloading, and they blew his security all the way back, and they blew him up, and they took his daughter's life. She was 16 years old. She was in the car with him. All right, I place just about all the blame for her unaliving on her father. Good guy or bad guy, if you need to roll around with 3 trucks or 2 trucks full of dudes with fully automatic weapons on them, she probably ain't got no business in the fucking front seat of that Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Oh shit, shout out there. I finally got my husband to log in. He's driving now. Hey Patrick, salutes to you, Patrick. Safe travels while you drive. All right? Don't get shell shocked. Shit could be a little shell shocking the first time around here, but salutes to you. We appreciate you. All right, shout out Think Like a Kingpin. Happy New Year, Shy. And chat, family. Salutes to you, sir. Appreciate you. Salutes to you and the fam. Primo, with all that oil, they're going to be named the United Trump Emirates. Yeah, it's looking crazy right now. Trump acts like a mob boss instead of a president. It's like a baby in a room with all the buttons. Just pushing all the buttons. Let's see what happens. Who's going to stop me? Shout out Think Like a Kingpin. Patrick, be safe on them roads. Salutes. Let's see what Adela's talking about. Adela is talking about this man, this businessman that was unalived and taken out the way he was, and how his 16-year-old daughter was taken out with him. Again, I put all the blame of her on him. If you need that much security, good guy, bad guy, I don't give a fuck. You don't have no business with your 16-year-old in the car with you. She could be somewhere else, loaded with all the security. You know what I mean? Shout out to the poll. I was supposed to end the poll. The poll is at 50-50. I can't end it now. All right? The poll is absolutely at 50-50. Next vote wins. All right? Next vote wins. Let's see what Adela's talking about. I'm going to interpret this for y'all best I can. Let's get it.
Encabezan ilustres morenistas. ¿Quién cometió ese homicidio?
There are prominent members of the Morena party. They are prominent members. This is just a preview, so they just cut her in the middle of a sentence. Shout out Velez. Bro, definitely a bad guy. They sent 30 of them for him. Bro, I mean, I was going by, I jumped to the conclusion on the 30 guys that he was a bad guy, right? Then we read an article that painted this man as somebody that was Don Alejo style, somebody that was Doña Miriam style, somebody that was going against the crime, right? They painted him as a guy that was trying to break up these illegal Colombian gambling rings. So I took the smut that I put on his name and I took it back, and I still blame him for what happened to his child. Because again, good or bad, you need that much security. She shouldn't be in the car with you. Right? Now, then Velez was like, but how about this? Bow. And then everybody started giving me information, and they were saying the exact opposite of what this article was saying. So it could have been a shill article. Now I'm here to see what she's talking about. But I'm pretty sure from the jump he was a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Until they led me astray. But this is America. You know what I mean?
This is America.
That's how the American media is. Let's get it. Whoever committed that unaliving.
No calculó.
It's hard to say, bro. It could be rivals trying to disrupt transport, etc. Yeah, could be. Could be. If he's squeaky clean, could absolutely be that. Again, you need that much security. Everybody get away from me.
Las consecuencias.
Whoever did that unaliving did not calculate the consequences.
Iba a tener, sino para la presidencia de la República e incluso para el gobierno.
Not only for the presidency of the Republic,
de Estados Unidos.
Del año pasado,
but for the United States government. What?
De acuerdo con informes de inteligencia del gobierno de los Estados Unidos,
Intelligence reports from the United States since last year, there's been an alliance between the four letters and the Chapitos to confront the faction headed by Mayito Flaco, son of Yoma, who is, as we know, detained in the United States. What happened in Zapopan was not an isolated incident, nor something that can be explained lightly. And this is where things get really uncomfortable. Because while official versions try to sell this as an isolated event, the investigations by Anabel Hernandez and her team point to a much bigger, much dirtier scenario with some very big names involved. In that context, Nemesio Mencho as a direct accusation, but as a logical piece, not as a direct accusation to him, but as a logical piece within the control that the Four Letters Cartel maintains in that area. A control where nothing relevant happens without permission, and along with that name, the name of Ivan also begins to be heard amidst alliances, betrayals, and internal realignments that are shaking Jalisco and its surroundings. Now, are these realignments the same thing that Jose Luis Montenegro was talking about, where the Chapitos, where Ivan is cleaning out his top layer and these guys are taking it over and running it themselves? I don't know. It seems if Annabelle's in this story, because before she wasn't concerned with that. She was concerned with why were they so comfortable? Why was Panu so comfortable in Mexico City? She wasn't concerned with why he was there. She wasn't concerned with any of it. She was concerned with that. But it seems in this, they're going to reach to the alliance and how this can be a restructuring of a Fortune 500 company. Right? And now everybody that leaves with their cardboard box from the office with their pictures and stuff, they either get blown down or they go to jail.
You're stealing, right to jail.
That's it.
You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail.
The key point is this. The Prieto case cannot be understood as a simple isolated attack. The lines of investigation speak of disputes over very specific business, such as the so-called Colombian raffles that move a lot of money and only work under well-organized structures. When someone steps out of line, when there's disorder or betrayal, the consequences are usually exemplary. And the most delicate thing is that when we put all the pieces together, we're no longer just talking about criminal groups, we're talking about totally controlled areas. About time that stretches out without anyone intervening. About cameras that don't clarify anything. About silences that weigh too heavily. Given the scenario, what follows no longer sounds like theory. It sounds like a warning. Because if Mencho controls the area, if there are reshufflings linked to Ivan, and if the underlying money points to businesses like raffles, then the real question is not what happened in Zapopan. The question is who allowed it to happen and why. Yes, indeed, the only group that has control of this area where the attack occurred is the Four Letters. The metro area is in dispute with the splinter group of the Four Letters and the Nueva Plaza Bartel. These are the two organizations that are fighting for control of Guadalajara and its metropolitan area. But the area where this attack occurred is completely under the control of the Four Letters. Secondly, although this event occurred over a period of 20 to 25 minutes, according to the authorities, which is a long-ass shootout, according to witnesses, it would also have lasted more than a half hour. During that entire time, no elements of the National Guard, the state police, or the municipal police were present during the crossfire. The authorities in Jalisco pride themselves on having a response time less than 15 minutes when there's a high-impact event. It would therefore mean that this area where the attack occurred is not a remote area, but rather completely urbanized area. It seems that those who perpetrated this attack, as happened in previous situations, asked the authorities to give them some time to carry out this high-impact event and then escape. Hey, y'all chill out, man. Sit y'all ass down real quick. I'm going to handle this real quick, and then y'all come back. All right, we on a schedule around here. So it's a Colombian raffle, indeed. Shout out Big June on the check-in. Sub brother, send mine. Salute to everyone in the chat. Salute to you, sir. Appreciate you. Right? Boom.
A pesar de que hay un sistema de videovigilancia.
Just came to do hood rat stuff with his friends, man.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
That's it, man. We chilling.
Y poder darse a la fuga. Hasta el momento, en situaciones anteriores, le pidieron a las autoridades que les dieran un espacio de tiempo para
Give him some time
realizar este evento del
to
tiempo
carry out this
y
high
poder
impact
darse
event
a la
and then
fuga.
escape.
Hasta el momento, a pesar de que hay un sistema de
So far,
videovigilancia,
despite the existence of a
no se
video
arresta
surveillance
tampoco,
system,
a ninguno de los presuntos agresores.
none of the alleged perpetrators of this unaliving have been apprehended, not even one. It should be noted that the person who unfortunately lost their life had a security detail, something quite unusual, made up of at least 7 people, according to the authorities. They didn't save him, they didn't save his little girl. 7. That was wasted money, wasted life.
De Jalisco, más otros elementos que
The
estaban
authorities of
cuidando
Jalisco
algunas
government plus
propiedades
other elements that
de
were
esta
guarding
persona
some
que
properties of
perdió
this
la
person
vida.
who lost their
Lo que
life.
tenemos en consecuencia
Well, we
pareciera,
have
por supuesto,
wait, what? He had government protection at the crib? That's where the little girl should have been then. Yeah, give us a second, man. Give us a second. Let us handle this.
gobierno de Jalisco estaba con un diamante de seguridad, algo bastante inusual, conforme a persona que lamentablemente de este asesino.
Hold on. I'm trying to see how many guards he had.
Que la persona que lamentablemente perdió la vida contaba con un diamante de seguridad, algo bastante inusual, conformado cuando menos por 7
He had a
personas.
security deal of 7
De acuerdo
people,
con lo que dicen las propias autoridades
according to authorities.
el gobierno de Jalisco, más otros elementos que estaban.
Okay, plus other elements. Okay, he didn't have government. That was the government made the statement. Okay, but he had other elements that were protecting the home and the family.
Cuidando algunas propiedades de esta persona que perdió la vida. Lo que tenemos en consecuencia,
What we have consequently appears to be, of course, a settling of scores by organized crime against a person about whom we have no reference in the sense that he had a criminal record or links. This is where everything starts to take a different shape because we are no longer talking about an isolated incident, a minor dispute.
Según los propios especialistas, está totalmente controlada por el cártel Jalisco Nueva Generación.
Nah, miss me with the bullshit, because now he's going to repeat everything that the next person's about to say. I'm skipping this fucker.
Que exista una orden escrita o una llamada grabada, pero cuando un personaje importante cae en una zona bajo control total de
Hold on, we're going to do it. Fuck.
Si su equipo,
because this guy be talking crazy.
Y aún así, hablando de
saca la bolsota. Big Joe, salutes.
Una zona que, según los propios especialistas, está totalmente controlada por el cártel Jalisco.
This area is totally controlled by the 4 letters, with cameras, surveillance, and yet an operation that lasted several minutes without any authority appearing. That doesn't happen by chance. And this is where Annabelle Hernandez and her team have been pointing out for some time. In Jalisco, nothing of this size happens without authorization from above, without the approval of the group's top leader. We're not saying there's a written order or a recorded call, but when an important figure falls in an area under the total control of the Jalisco group, with that level of coordination, with that deployment, and with such a convenient absence of authorities, the question is inevitable. Who allowed that to happen? Even more so, when lines begin to appear that are not only related to territorial control, but to businesses that generate a lot of money and that often create internal conflicts, businesses that, according to several journalistic investigations, are also under the control of this organization. That's where the case stops, being just a territorial dispute, and starts to smell like a settling of scores over money, over internal controls. And it is precisely at that point that the so-called Colombian raffles come to light, which are not a minor issue, and could explain why Prieto ended up becoming a target. Indeed, this is a type of a scam that's occurring not only in the Guadalajara metro area in the central part of Mexico, but also Mexico City itself, in the southeast of the country, and also in some border cities. Colombian raffles are draws that are carried out with the supposed delivery of high-end items, vehicles, even apartment houses. But at the time of carrying out the draw, and once a winner is obtained, the prize is not delivered as such. They are actually scams. Merchants are even forced to sell tickets. They are given a quota to sell the tickets for this supposed raffle, but in the end, the prizes are not awarded as such. This approach is not new. In reality, it was invented in the United States by Italian-American mafias who played lotteries and raffles, sometimes handing out money, but they didn't pay the people who won their prizes. And sometimes they did pay them, but then they would take the prize away from them. That's the same thing that's happening in the Guadalajara metro area. Also, obviously, in the central market, where some merchants, off the record, tell us that they've been forced to receive tickets to market them, to hand over the profit from the sale, but that sometimes when there have been winners, they are not given the prizes by these Colombian mafias. The tricky part is when you stop seeing this as a simple violent operation and start wondering why someone ended up being targeted. Because controlling the area explains the how, but not the why. Colombian raffles are not gossip or something improvised. They are a business that moves enormous amounts of money, especially in key spaces such as wholesale markets and according to various journalistic investigations. This type of business does not operate alone, lightly, or without agreements, with much larger structures. That's where things get tense, when so much money is circulating. Any attempt to get out of control, any disorder, or any solo move is costly. It's not a personal matter, it's a matter of discipline and control. If this person was related to that business, and if that business operates under the control of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, then the message changes completely. We are no longer talking about an isolated incident. We are talking about a clear sign of who's in charge of what happens when someone breaks the unwritten rules and of how these types of conflicts are resolved. That's why this story doesn't quite fit with the simple version. This is where money, control of the square, loyalties, and also silences that attract too much attention come into play. With that context, what follows no longer sounds accidental, but part of a much larger pattern. All right, let me get my shots. Right?
Don Giulini Setentini te pone hasta el culini. Un shot, due shot.
Las balaceras en centros comerciales de alta gama. Como hay un dominio pleno del cártel Jalisco Nueva Generación y las autoridades locales pareciera que generan dispositivos de seguridad cuando van a ocurrir estos eventos, pero para proteger el escape, la huida de los delincuentes. De acuerdo con versiones periodísticas que empiezan a surgir, pareciera que sí había como tal un diamante de seguridad de elementos de las fuerzas de seguridad pública de Jalisco, tanto estatales como municipales, pero acordonando el sitio y permitiendo evidentemente la evasión. Con los sistemas de videovigilancia, con el C5 que tiene la zona metropolitana de Guadalajara, era más o menos sencillo hacer un rastreo de los vehículos que participaron en la refriega. Pero al día de hoy no tenemos, por parte de la Fiscalía, información acerca del tipo de vehículos o cuál es la ruta que utilizaron.
Hold on, y'all ain't been seeing this the whole time that I've been fucking reading this shit? Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Got my shot, about to pour them up before this beer's done. All right, regulation, Olympic standard shot glass. Let me go back a little bit.
Como municipales, pero acordonando el sitio. Es algo sí ya.
Y también silencios que llaman demasiado la atención. Con ese contexto, lo que se menciona a continuación ya no suena casual.
I need to get my hydration though.
Mucho más grande.
Sí, en el caso de Guadalajara, por supuesto que llama la atención lo que tú mencionas, que haya sido en la luz, a plena luz del día, en una zona completamente urbana, no se trató de una zona alejada, por supuesto.
Se was striking.
No suena casual, sino parte de un patrón mucho más grande.
Sí, en el caso de Guadalajara, por supuesto.
In the case of Guadalajara, of course, what you mentioned is striking, that it happened in broad daylight, in a completely urban area. It wasn't a remote area, of course, but it is something that is certainly recurring. Even the shootouts in high-end shopping centers. It seems that, given the complete control of the four letters, the local authorities create security measures when these events are about to occur, but to protect the escape of the criminals. According to emerging journalistic accounts, it appears that there was indeed a security perimeter of Jalisco Public Security Forces, both state and municipal, but they were cordoning off the site and evidently allowing the escape. With the video surveillance systems with the C5 that the Guadalajara metro area has, it was more or less easy to track the vehicles that participated in the shootout, but today we do not have any information.
Too much information and shit.
So the police didn't show up, but they did secure a perimeter that these fools got through. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about, all right? Salutes to my brother Oso. It's a shot.
Don Giulini Setentini te pone hasta el culini. Un shot, due shot.
Coño, man. This shit is crazy. All right. The poll is 52% say yes, 48% say no. We finally have a winner. End poll. Let's get it. Wow, police let them boys fly. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. We have no information from the prosecutor's office on the vehicles or the routes that they used. All right. Shout out my brother Oso. Salutes. This is totally unusual. It appears that there's a cover-up strategy by the local authorities, and it seems that they were warned that this situation was going to happen, and what they are doing is covering it up and not advancing the investigation. What really sets off alarms is the timing of all of this, because it's not just any week or any context. It's right when important pieces start moving within the other groups, when there are sensitive arrests and reshufflings, which are not usually made public. This case explodes in one of the most monitored and symbolic areas of Jalisco, and that cannot be interpreted as an isolated coincidence. What we are seeing is a pattern. When something breaks down within the silent equilibrium that kept the metropolitan area calm, the response is immediate and forceful. Not to create chaos, but to send clear messages. For years, Guadalajara operated under an unwritten rule. Anything was allowed, as long as certain visible lines weren't crossed. Nothing that would attract too much attention. Nothing that would expose the authorities. Nothing that would break the facade. But when that rule is broken, when someone touches on sensitive interests or moves outside of what is allowed, the scenario changes completely. And it is precisely in this context that other names, other recent arrests, and other movements begin to appear, helping us understand that what happened in Zapopan is not an isolated incident, but part of a much broader moment that is blah, 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 blah. You've been saying that shit. Now, with that scenario in mind, what follows in the conversation takes even more importance. It's a pattern of behavior. Criminal groups are breaking this kind of narco peace that had been established for the central area of Guadalajara. High-impact events, massacres, multiple unalivings. In this case, a shootout as such could not be committed, because obviously it is the state capital, and in several entities of the country, this same concession is given. Even in Mexico City, which long ago ceased to be a sanctuary city, all criminal groups could operate on the condition that they did not carry out these events that embarrassed the authorities. Well, we saw that shit just happen in Mexico City. Went down. In the case of Guadalajara, it was exactly the same. The criminal groups operating in that city had refrained from holding high-impact events at the request of the authorities in the capital, Guadalajara. So you guys don't got no control, man. If you got to ask permission, man. If you got to ask permission, you ain't got no control, man. You ain't got no control. If you got to ask permission to do this, that, or the other, you ain't got no control. Obviously, there are formal media outlets, social networks. There's a constant presence of video surveillance systems. Citizens can quickly take videos and photos with their cell phones. And there was a kind of barrier to prevent these type of events. Something happened a while ago in Guadalajara. Here's the problem, man. Nobody has yet to tell me, did this guy run one of those raffles? Or was he against those raffles the way that they said in that article? Because everybody says no information.
Too much information and shit.
So which is it? All these high impact events I'm referring to, the Golden Zone of Guadalajara, and areas like Puerta de Hierro, for example, where these types of tip-like events also occur, what follows can no longer be read as isolated events. Stop repeating yourself, asshole. Alright, we're skipping this fool. We're going to go to what dude got to talk about. That's all he's doing is preemptive strike.
Que hasta hace poco parecían caminar juntas.
According to the intelligence reports from the United States government, since last year there's been an alliance between the four letters and the Chapitos to confront Mayito Flaco, son of Yoma, who we know is detained in the United States. After this alliance, there were several exchanges of mutual support. The Jalisco Bartel pledged to send men, weapons, and ammunition for the war that the Chapitos are waging against the Mayo people. Hold on. The four letters pledged to send men, weapons, and ammunition for the war that the Chapitos are waging against the Yomas. And in return, the Chapitos handed over drug trafficking routes. You handed over the keys to the kingdom, man. You handed over the keys to the kingdom, man. That shit ain't what it was no more. Goes by a different name now. You let the wolf in the hen house. They also surrendered control of some disputed regions in Mexico. The surrender of some cities where rugs are sold retail in the United States, and the possibility that the four letters could use the Pacific route to send rugs on the routes used by the Sinaloa Bartel. And all this in exchange for military support against Mayito Flaco. But we also knew that members of the inner circle of the Chapitos were living in the Guadalajara metropolitan area, precisely under the protection of the four letters. And this is where it becomes unbelievable. That the arrest of Ivan's father-in-law and brother-in-law has taken place, the Lindoros, and there was no trace, no kind of footprint, no indication that the four letters was providing the security that in that theory should have been provided to high-level people in Ivan's inner circle, and even to people very knowledgeable and involved with the financial management of the Sinaloa Bartel. Okay, let's take that into consideration. I don't think we mentioned that. They was, why weren't they securing these people? Inside job, right? Why didn't they have security? How did the government get a hold of the Lindoros? How did the that one solitary hitman find El Panu in Mexico City and smoke him? And he wasn't secured either. The ongoing theme here is no security, no pushback. We heard Juan Luis Montenegro speak of a alleged ultimatum made by Ivan, alleged, that he told his brother-in-law and his father-in-law, hey man, it's either, you go straight to jail.
You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail. Right.
Or you go to the upper room. People say, why? They could give them up. They could also give them bullshit. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. And they say that El Panu was on his hit list and was supposedly hiding. And according to Annabelle, she believes that the Mexican government was protecting him in Mexico City. Protect him, they did not. He ended up face down. Shout out Malcolm Howard. They gave them everything. Everything. You can have that. You can have that. So their choice was straight to jail.
Stealing, right to jail.
Or the upper room. That was the choice. Those were the choices that had to be made. That was it. That's what they say. So we asked that question. All right, if the 4 letters are supposed to be protecting these guys ain't protected, then it seems like they got their light and their gas and their water cut off.
No, es difícil de
It's
creer
hard to suppose, it's hard to
las
believe
autoridades de seguridad de Jalisco
that
o
security
la gente
authorities
del
of
cártel de
Jalisco or the
Sinaloa
people of the
no
CTE
estuvieran
Jalisco
respaldando, apoyando
4
la
letters
seguridad
were not
de
supporting the
familiares de
security of
Yolanda
Ivan family
Lo que
members,
tiene todas las características de
which
ser
is
una
all the
traición.
characteristics of being a betrayal. What is beginning to emerge is a much larger reshuffle than it appears.
No se está hablando de errores
All right,
ni
we're
de
going to move on
casualidades.
to
Se está
whatever
hablando de
Dude got to say
decisiones
next.
tomadas desde arriba. Por un lado están autorizó y a quién le convenía.
En parte porque ha hecho un manejo sistemático
Because
de la
it was
traición y
systematically
de la
engaged in
relación
betrayal
entre
and
sus propios
denunciation
integrantes.
among
En
its own
ocasiones se
members.
trata de traiciones
Sometimes these
pactadas,
are
en ocasiones se
prearranged
trata
betrayals.
de traiciones que en
Sometimes they are
efecto
betrayals that
erosionan
effectively
estructura interna
erode
del cártel de Sinaloa.
the internal structure of the
Pero
Sinaloa
desde tiempos del
cartel.
Chapo Guzmán
But since
ya
the
era
time of El
frecuente que
Chapo
el cártel de
Guzman,
Sinaloa,
it was
para
already common
apaciguar a las
for
autoridades
Sinaloa
estatales federales
cartel,
a la
in
propia
order
DEA,
to appease state and federal
realizaba
authorities,
traiciones
including
en
the
contra de
DEA, to
integrantes
carry out
de
betrayals
su propio
against
grupo.
members
Traiciones que
of
en
its own
ocasiones
group.
generaban guerras
Betrayals that
civiles,
sometimes
como fue la
generate
traición en
civil
contra
wars,
del Chapo
such
Guzmán
as the
en contra de los
betrayal
hermanos de
against
Leiva,
El Chapo
y otras
Guzman
traiciones
and
que eran pactadas para obtener
the
reducciones de sentencia,
Leiva
como por
brothers.
ejemplo, y otras traiciones que eran pactadas para obtener
And other
reducciones de
betrayals that were
sentencia,
arranged to
como por
obtain
ejemplo, la información que en
reduced
su momento
sentences, such
brindó
as
el
the
viceministro Mayo
information
Zambada
that
a las
Vicentillo, the
autoridades
son
de
of
los
Mayo,
Estados Unidos para
provided to the
obtener
United
beneficios
States
carcelarios
authorities
después de que fue
Too
detenido.
much
Entonces
information
no lo
and
descarto,
shit.
evidentemente es
after
una
he was
hipótesis, me
arrested.
parece
I don't
muy
rule it
fuerte,
out. It's
en el
obviously a
sentido de que haya habido
hypothesis,
una
but it seems
traición,
very
ya
strong to
sea de
me
sus aliados
that there may
del
have been a
cártel Jalisco
betrayal
o una
either
traición
from his
interna
allies in the
del
4
propio cártel de
letters
Sinaloa,
or
lo
an
que
internal
provocó
betrayal
la
within the
captura
Sinaloa
del
cartel
suegro y del
itself,
yerno
which
del
led to the
magistrado.
capture of
Con todo lo
Ivan,
que hemos
father-in-law
visto, el
of Ivan's
panorama ya no se
father-in-law and
puede
brother-in-law.
leer como un hecho aislado. El nombre de
Right?
Nemesio
You see, I'm doing coded language half, and I'm speaking the Spanglish of coded language because doing cartel and doing trader, I'm getting out of the habit. And I was so into the habit that I couldn't have a regular conversation with you in the same room without using coded language. Right? Internal struggle. Let's see if Dude got anything else to say. Nah, this guy just do his yapping. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. That still didn't answer my question. That still didn't tell me whether that dude was on the good guy side or the bad guy side. I didn't get no answers out of that. It instantly jumped into the 4 letters and the alliance. Boom. Shout out Velez. This is Velez's right here. Coño, mate. Boy need his hydration. Shout out Glory Days from New Zealand. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. What time is it in New Zealand? Are you like from New Zealand and in New Jersey? Or are you in New Zealand? All right. Shout out to New Zealand. Yeah, that didn't answer no question. Let me see. I think there was another one that Velez had put in the Discord. Let me see if I can find it. I'm waiting for somebody to put some smut on dude's name. And I get it. The smut is that he got smoked up the way he got smoked up. But like that already says a lot. But I can't find this one. I'm already cross-eyed over here. No, I'm in New Zealand. All right, salutes. It's 4:18 p.m. here. Damn, where's Matthew, man? Because what time is it here? Matthew, I think, is in Tasmania. And it'd be like, what do you call it? Saturday Arvo. It's Saturday Arvo in Matthew's land. So salutes to you. Shout out to Glory Days. Salutes to New Zealand. Have a great Saturday. All right, what's the weather like in New Zealand right now, man? At 4:18 p.m. Salutes Glory Days. I appreciate you. Man, I'm looking for this thing that Velez dropped. Maybe it's in random. I'm looking for this one that Velez dropped in here. About Lamborghini Boy. But I'm done looking. Shout out Glory. It's hot as hell here, bro. Enjoy. It's cold in the bitch. Shit. Arizona got more snow than Chicago did this year so far. Knock on wood. Sorry, not for y'all, but y'all in the heat. Shout out to Nene. You don't get smoked like that without doing something or being in the mix for real. Tell that shit to Don Alejo. Huh?
No, mommy's wake.
Don Alejo just wouldn't allow himself to be bullied, nor his people to be sacrificed. Know what I mean? So it can happen. Motherfucker come get you for nothing. You know what I mean? Come get you for nothing. Oh, we fucking clunked out again. Dropping frames. Let me see. Where's fucking screen at? Shout out my sister Sue Soul on the check-in. Salutes to you. Thank you for being here. Shout out Shannon. Snow here tomorrow. You should look into some of the cartels' work here, bro. It's absolutely crazy what they're pushing in New Zealand. This country's cooked, man. Hey, this one too, bro. We got something in common, man. We cooked on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Glory Days. The plan in the future of this channel is to cover organized crime and cartels all over the world. In order for me to do that, I have to grow this channel with a singular focus. And that's what I'm doing now. And when we get there, I want to cover all of it. So please, stick around. Would have made sense if they were trying to steal from him, but nada. When you got your own money, and it's fuck you money, and you say fuck you, sometimes people want to smoke you and make an example out of you. But again, I'm leaning towards, you got some, but nobody's telling me that. See, we could assume 298, Velez, me, we could assume all day long. We could say all day long, oh, he might have been doing this, might have been doing this. Maybe he was doing that. We don't know what the fuck he was doing. So, Suso dice Shy que cuando haces arroz con habichuelas, listen, bro, I don't rush her. I don't ask no questions. When the food comes, it comes in abundance and it comes bon appetit, chef's kiss. All right? They selling bricks here for 150K. It's crazy work. Coño, man. Shit, they in your bubble.
I'm in your bubble. I'm in your bubble.
But still, I'm not convinced. Or not that I'm not convinced, but nobody told me. I was already, y'all know, on episode 1 of this whole story, I was already putting smut on that man's name. Either way, good guy, bad guy, failed this kid. But I'm trying to see, was he the guy fighting against the Colombian rifles, or was he a Colombian rifler? Maybe that's just the name of it. They classify things around here. You don't get extradited, you get expelled. You don't get, you're not a narco-terrorist, you're just a slang term.
No. No, mommy's wake.
Salute. Hit that like button if you have yet to do so. We chilling. How long we been here? Been here 2.5 hours? No shit. All right, I got 2 shots down. I still got some of my bird. I need some hydration. Boom. Wow. Put that on the fucking list. Shout out So Soon. It's always around the corners. Velez, it's always around the corner, bro. It's a surpriser. It's always around the corner. Cooking all the time. I asked her one time, I was like, yo, you should cook for a living. She's like, shit, I lose the love for it. And that shit stuck with me. Like, coño, man. You do the shit that you're good at and you love to do, and then the moment you put some money pressure on it, it's a fucking headache, man. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Bullshit.
So she's right. Just keep cooking for the love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Velez. Velez be seeing them plates in the Discord. That's why he's talking. He be like, coño, man. Shout out Glory Days. Why didn't this ring off, man? Can I play this? Hold on. I'm going to try to play this real quick. Here we go. Let me do this. Yeah. Shout out Glory Days for the New Zealand 349. I appreciate you, bro. Not blessed, man. Thanks for the content. I appreciate you. We got plenty of content on this channel. If you are new, check that playlist section. There's all kind of exclusives in there. There's all kind of stuff in there, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Salutes. Shout out Oso. He said facts. That's it. Just cook that shit with love and but let's be seeing them platos, them platillos. Alright? I put my platillo on display for fucking New Year's. That shit was out there, boy. That shit put my nephew to sleep. Knocked his ass the fuck out. Take that nap, boy. All right, man. Let's see. Yeah, shout out Glory Days. Appreciate you. I appreciate all the new faces in the chat. You know what I mean? Except for the ones that we put in the bathroom.
Put them in the fucking bathroom, Mike.
Some of them we sent to the upper room after we let them know that their services are no longer necessary.
The services are no longer needed in the community.
Oh, the bomb clot.
The upper room.
We sent them to the upper room. You know what I'm saying? But salute to all the new faces. Stick around, man. We're a good time. We're good with everybody's opinion. It's the attitude that makes the difference. That's it. You know? For some listeners, they, you know, if I speak with too much bass in my voice, I fucking disturb their inner bitch. They start talking shit in the chat. We put them in the fucking.
Put them in the fucking bathroom, Mike.
I'm still looking for that. I'm gonna look one more time for that post from Velez about this Lamborghini guy, and then I'm gonna tap out. It's just been so much. It's been so much engagement in the Discord that everything moved up to the top. As a matter of fact, if you want to join our Discord, link is in the live chat. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Let's get to 30. Dirty 30. But yeah, I'm gonna look for this one more time. Let me see. All right, we see the whack ass documentary from Emma Coronel. He said, "Here you suffer, but you enjoy it." I don't even know what the fuck that means. What are you, a poet? Poet? He don't even know it, boy. But Les got he's in the poetry bolsota tonight. Drops claims in Venezuela. What we got here? We got Diddy and Maduro in jail. Is it this one? No, I feel like we covered this one already. This is the ones that I put up there. So I think that's it. If it ain't in random, that's it. I still ain't been convinced what he's into. I'm still convinced he failed. He failed his child. He failed his family, and it's unfortunate for her. And all the intelligence that they got to go get him. Should I put up another poll? Let me ask y'all another question. I know it's a stupid question. Oh, fuck. I did it again. Hold on. If the shooters knew his 16-year-old was in the car, would they still do it how they did? Yes or no? I know it's a stupid question. It's dumb. Shout out Suso. Muy cierto. Got that right. El muerto al pozo y el vivo al gozo. What's that mean? Zamora basically fuck them? What you talking about? Shout out for Les. It's poetry night in this bitch. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Are y'all ready to party? Let's go. Get your hands up. 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 Get your hands up.
Your eyes are the fire of the sun. Your ass is as round as the moon. All right, it's poetry night in this bitch. Hit the buttons, man. Hit the fucking buttons. No mommies.
No mommy's wait.
But I'm still not. I don't know what dude did, but he failed his kid. This shit is at 100% already. Hit the poll. Get in the poll. A ver el poeta del barrio que se avienta. Hey, come on, man. I gave you the fucking moon. I didn't even get to the stars. Turn into fucking Shakespeare in this bitch. Whatever happened, they wanted him gone, and they took his daughter with him. We had 100% on this poll that they would have done it exactly how they did, knowing there was a 16-year-old in the car. I can't respect that. I could respect more how the dude did Panu than I could respect what they did. If that makes sense. Picking and choosing, right? Why not? Why the fuck not? All right, man. I think that's it for that subject. I'm chilling. About to keep finishing this beer. I don't know. What are we doing next? Maybe we do a body cam or something? Fuck it. We do a body cam or something for I don't want to cover the ICE shit yet. There's too many people talking crazy and I'm pissed off. You went over one where the dude was saying there's an open investigation on Prieto. So then I probably already nailed it then. And probably the only addition was that one. The days roll into weeks and everything rolls into one for me. I don't know. So I probably covered it. But yes, he is definitely under investigation. So hold on. With that being said, we did hear reports that he is under investigation for being involved in these in these Colombian raffles. So, either way, he failed. As a father, he failed. What y'all want to do, man? Y'all want to do a body cam? Everybody gonna leave. He's done talking about my hero. Boom. That's it. As long as every video does better than the last. What should I tell this guy? Use AI to read it. So? A tool is a tool, motherfucker. Goofy. What we doing? We body camming? Hundreds up in the chat if we body camming. We done cartelled it the fuck out. Wait, maybe I want to cover this last one. Fuck. Let's see. That's short. Maybe I'll cover this last one. This last one here is about Hafuk and the capture of El Señor de la Silla. All right. Shout out to JP wherever he's at. Hopefully he's catching a nap. If he's not and he's somewhere else on the internet, we will find you and we will
Put him in a fucking bed, you might.
hashtag smut. All right, salutes. Hit that like button if you have yet to do so. Let's get to that 30. I got this last one because I want to add this to that last video that I did. Why does this thing keep doing this? Every time I switch angles, I get knocked down. It's just crazy. All right, shout out my brother Oso. He said, let's get to them body cams, motherfucker. Every time I switch angles or camera structure, fucking, it clunks out. No smut. Hashtag no smut 2026. I don't know. No is that either. Let's get it. Garcia Harfuch highlights the capture of El Señor de la Silla in Culiacán, Sinaloa during the morning press conference. This Thursday, the Secretary Cabinet, headed by the Secretary of Security and Citizen Protection, Omar Harfuch, attended the morning press conference. Amongst other information provided by the official, he highlighted the arrest of Pedro Inzunza Noriega, known as El Señor de la Silla, El Sagitario, which took place in Sinaloa in recent days. How do we know that didn't come from information handed out by any of the chapados that are locked up or anybody on the outside that just wants to get him the fuck out the way? We don't know. Why? Because snitching is a tool. As part of the reinforcement of security in the state of Sinaloa, a significant operation was carried out that resulted in the arrest of one of the operators of a criminal organization with a strong presence in the region. Garcia Harfuch reported from Cuernavaca, Morelos. Shout out Pure Art on the check-in. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming through. Based on intelligence and field work and on solid information.
Too much information and shit.
And duly integrated evidence, an operation was carried out led by the Mexican Navy in the Attorney General's office. The intervention was carried out through the execution of a search warrant obtained by the FGR. As a result of this action, 4 people were arrested, including Pedro El Sagitario. According to the investigation, Pedro was identified as the leader of a criminal cell of the criminal organization linked to the Sinaloa cartel and responsible for coordinating one of the main networks for the production and trafficking of synthetic rugs with international reach, he detailed. The secretary added that El Señor de la Silla and his son were important targets for the U.S. government. El Sagitario, along with his son Pedro, who lost his life in a confrontation on November 30th, were responsible for the production and trafficking of rugs that were sent to the United States and Canada, he indicated. For this reason, both individuals are targets of importance for the U.S. Department of Justice, I concluded. The operation on December 31st in the Guadalupe neighborhood of Culiacan, Sinaloa, El Señor de la Silla was arrested. He has been identified as the second in command of the group led by Fausto Isidro Metzaflores, a.k.a. El Chapo Isidro, who assumed control of the Beltran Leyva criminal organization. Noriega is also the father of Pedro, alias Pichon. 3 other individuals allegedly linked to the same criminal structure were also apprehended during the operation. Seizures during the capture of El Señor de la Silla. During the operation, the armed forces seized a firearm and various quantities of drugs. I'll tell you what, I don't believe any of these people are caught by chance or investigation. These people are caught by information.
Too much information and shit.
These people are caught by information. Ya llegó el perdido. Shout out Pure Art. Salutes. Ya llegó el perdido. Yeah, I don't think these guys are caught by chance. Somebody sent that old man up the river. Friend or foe. It is what it is. We'll see if they extradite him or we'll see what happens to him. It's a bad time for older gentlemen coming to the U.S. They end up here. This poll is still at 100%. Is this our first? Is this our first 100% poll? So who could be a cheerleader for these dudes? That if they know that there's a 3-month-old in the car, they still gonna put 50 cows through it. It's crazy. Shout out Oso. Salute Pure Art. It's crazy. All right. Now we're just gonna hang out. I'm almost finished with this beer. I'll get some hydration. We'll do one body cam, and then your boy will kick rocks. What time is it? It's still early. I'm gonna end this poll. 100%. Charge it to the game. Charge what to the game? The fuck is you talking about? If them your heroes, you really need to reevaluate your life. Facts. Facts. Lo cagaste.
Yo vivo tranquila con la PlayStation. Cállate, hijueputa.
Y'all miss me with the bullshit. Oh man, you should have seen how dude blew up that baby. What? What? I don't think that shit go well at the party, bro. I'm a demon. I don't give a fuck. Right? He a demon till you lock his ass up. Then when you lock his ass up, he crying and shit. Cógelo suave con los alucines also. Nah, because if he wasn't trying to get me clapped, he would have said they should smoke themselves. You know what I'm saying? He said it as nice as he possibly could. Reevaluate your life. Right? He would have used other words. He's taking it easy on them. All right. Shout out Zamora. Now the Ilucines, this is how it should be spelled. It's different. It's a different thing, bro. Hold on, look, okay. Right. That's what I'm gonna call y'all instead of the L Avengers when y'all fucking treat my life. Salutes, we got past our 30 likes. I appreciate y'all. Oh, he said, okay, I'm sorry. I got to take it back. I got to take the smut off Jesse Sanchez's name. He said, use AI to read it. Well, now I'm even more insulted. That means you don't like my reading. That means mind your business, man. You don't got to listen to it. Kick rocks. Huh? I'll let my audience decide. Y'all want me to just take for the rest of Trader? I don't read it at all. Evidently, Jesse Sanchez don't like my reading voice now. It might sound choppy now. That's because I had a bad copy of the translation. So I was having to correct shit that they were saying in that book. It was saying her as him and it as them, and it was all fucked up. But now, shout out to y'all, we got a good copy, and things will be better. But they gotta miss me with the bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. I'm going to drop the link for that in here too. For those that haven't checked it out, episode 2. Go on and check that shit out.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing.
Drop that. Here's the link in the chat. Imagine if he would have been around when you were calling Mochomo Mokomo. Man, he's been mad, huh? But I got grace on that because I think I initially said Mochomo, and then I heard the Cartel Wives translation. And they see y'all be putting smut on my motherfucking name, man.
Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Who the bomb clot? Oh.
Now you see now.
Y'all be putting smut on my name, right? I blame that on the Cartel Wives translation. All right, that's what I blame that on. That's what I blame that on. Miss me with the bullshit. You want me to hold the Cartel Wives L. Not happening. Also, I cumplido mi condena. Bow. Boom. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Hold that L. All right, boom. Let's get it, man. Let's see what we can get over here. Oh, shit. Dad discovers daughter-in-law is his son's unaliver. Hold on. Let's switch up the marketing over here. Wow. Let's get it, man. We'll go with this one.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
Benton Harbor, Michigan. I wish I could keep the title from y'all so we could... I wish I didn't have to read the title. I like surprises when it comes to this type of shit. Dad discovers daughter-in-law is his son's unaliver. Damn. Hold on, this shit is on 2x speed. For those that don't believe me when I say that I watched this shit on 2x speed. See? This is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve what year? This just happened?
Man, we're gonna have to get him on this cot, okay?
All right. It's pissed me off when they be fake crying and they be unalive. That just lets you know that anybody could pull the wool over your eyes. You gotta, I question everything. I question everything. I don't believe you. Because what the fuck? And when you already know that they being unalivers, it's different. You hearing it different. When you hear it the first time, then you get to, or not, and then you find out. I just wish we could cover this up. I'm gonna have to start doing it to where I get sent the link and I just click and I don't look until the shit is off the screen, and I want to be surprised by the story. But I have to trust people to either pick the best body cams or I have to put a number on it, put a price on it. I'd rather do it blind, if that makes sense.
Yo vivo tranquila con la pendeja. ¡Cállate, hijueputa!
Shout out Ivy. You're not really thinking clearly about how to look right after you unalive your husband. It's not something you really develop. She jumped the gun. She should have held on to this one until the funeral. Funeral, she should have dived in the hole. Easy mistake to leave the baby in the house. I would say that, Ivy, if it wasn't something that she specifically said on the 911 call. That is an extra move in there. He brought us food. He left out. We heard shots. I put the baby in the room. That was a deliberate move right there. You know what I'm saying? Then she went outside. And then she put on her performance. So that's the only reason I say that. I hear you, but that's why I say that. She made a specific call out to that shit. That was a move in her whole plan. She was trying to keep her baby from all that shit, while being able to pull off her Meryl Streep performance over here. You know what I'm saying? She's Cheryl Weeps. I just mean the sense of trying to look normal. Nah. And again, she'd probably look normal if we didn't know the hook. I can't say otherwise. You know? Hey, you're already not doing the right thing. No, she already done fucked up. She's nervous. She fucked up. She fucked up.
Now you see now.
It's not part of her disposition. What is it?
Inside and bringing food to his family, he stepped back outside. That's when his wife heard gunshots coming from the side of the house near the driveway. She ran outside and found her husband lying next to his pickup truck in the driveway, badly injured and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds.
He must have forgot to say. As logical as IBB, you ain't shit either. Just like the rest of us. Must have forgot to drink. Salutes. It sounds to me like she's one of those, you've been outside all day. And he came home, and he brought the food home, and he was about to go back outside. And then she threw a fit that the food didn't even keep him there. And then it went down. We'll see, though. Maybe I'm full of shit. But it'd be that petty out there.
Who's this guy who got shot in the head? In the head?
Yes.
Okay. What's his name?
Tyrone Hassel. Yes, sir.
The story of how Tyrone met his wife goes back about...
Oh, it goes back 5 years. It goes back 5 years.
No, mommy's wait.
5 years before this tragedy. Tyrone was starting his second year of college when he decided to join the Army. In 2015, he met Kamaya while they were both serving in the military and stationed at Fort Carson. Their relationship moved fast and quickly became serious. Things became even more serious when Kamaya found out she was pregnant. At the time of Sergeant Hassel's murder, Kamaya, who was 22 years old, and Sergeant Hassel were on block leave from Fort Stewart. Kamaya was working as a truck driver, and Sergeant Hassel was serving as a wheel mechanic. At that point, Police didn't allow Tyrone Hassel Jr. or Kamaya to leave the scene. They were dealing with a lot of unanswered questions.
And he might have been coming out getting the truck.
No, he was. He was coming out to leave again. And his keys are right there.
And the fact that the bullet hole's there means that the shooter was over on the side and in the casings.
Right.
We got a bullet right there.
By looking at how the shooting happened, the shots hitting Tyrone in the head, face, neck, and shoulders, it was clear this was a personal attack, not a random act of violence. Detectives also noticed that some rounds went into the garage, which showed that the shooter was positioned behind him while Tyrone was standing at the doorway of his truck.
She came out the front of the house.
One of the first leads detectives got was that Tyrone had gone to Walmart.
That bitch, he go through the back to get in the whip. She run through the front. Him in the back of his shit. Shout out Miguel Lopez on the check-in. Salutes to you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. America.
This is America.
The night of the murder to buy ammunition, Tyrone was standing at the doorway of his truck. One of the first leads detectives got was that Tyrone had gone to Walmart the night of the murder to buy ammunition. The rounds he bought were 9mm, the same type used in his shooting. This raised an important question. Why was he buying ammo, and was it for self-defense? Without wasting any time, the detectives went to Walmart to collect all the security footage from that night. The Walmart footage clearly shows that he ran into 2 other people while he was there. Maybe there was some sort of feud with these customers, but it's not something the police couldn't track. Now, they're working to identify these 2 individuals to see if there's any connection between them and the shooting that happened just a few hours later.
Wait, what? Shout out ECA22 on the check-in. Salute, shot, and chat. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through.
The Walmart footage clearly shows that he ran into 2 other people while he was there. Maybe there was some sort of feud with these customers, but it's not something the police couldn't track. Now, they're working to identify these.
Y'all think the daddy, the whole time was like, come on, man, I know it was her. Damn, she told him to pick up the food, and by the way, pick up some ammo on the way home. Did I hear that right? I don't know. Yeah, well, he picked up the ammo. I just don't understand. What was the point of all that? Did it say she asked him? I didn't hear that. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Where's this Walmart shit?
Tyrone was standing at the doorway of his truck. One of the first leads detectives got was that Tyrone had gone to Walmart the night of the murder to buy ammunition. The rounds he bought were 9mm, the same type used in his shooting. This raised an important question. Was that Tyrone had gone to Walmart the night of the murder.
We don't know. Oh, they didn't say that. Holy shit! What? Yeah. That would have been crazy. I was half joking, like drawing the conclusion. But yeah, that's crazy. But the irony of that, though, right? Was that one of the new shells that was in there? That, you know, she did him dirty with?
It didn't take long for the next lead to come directly from Tyrone Hassel Jr. himself. He started going through social media, carefully reviewing posts on Facebook to see if anything could point to who might be responsible for the crime. When he came across something that seemed suspicious, he immediately went to the police department to report it.
If I tell you that this guy...
Wait, what?
To come directly at the very beginning of their investigation. It didn't take long for the next lead to come directly from Tyrone Hassel Jr. himself. He started going through social media, carefully reviewing posts on Facebook to see if anything could point to who might be responsible for the crime. When he came across something that seemed suspicious, he immediately went to the police department to report it.
If I tell you that this guy, who I think did it to my son, ain't a black person, that he's not a black person, would y'all treat him the same way?
Absolutely.
I think I know who did this to my son.
And this is how we investigate ourselves. In the words of the professional wrestlers, we work ourselves into a shoot, is doing our own investigation. Now he about to put some smut on somebody else's name.
He believed the killer might have actually been looking for Tyrone's stepbrother, who at the time was dealing with some personal conflicts with other people. Because of that, police considered the possibility that this was a targeted hit meant for the stepbrother, a case of mistaken identity that tragically ended with Tyrone being killed instead.
Just the first screenshot.
Oh, that's what you're thinking?
Nah, you know.
Yep.
My stepson.
Yeah.
He's into a bunch of
Oh, we know.
Police interviewed Tyrone's stepbrother and took his statement, then followed up by speaking with other witnesses connected to him. They pushed this lead as far as they could, and it took about a week to interview everyone involved. But once again, it went nowhere. As the investigation continued, the evidence police gathered made one thing clear: the stepbrother was not involved.
Shout out ECA. I wonder if all the shells he bought, I'm wondering the same thing, are the ones he got shot with, or did they do something with Tyrone before they went after Tyrone, so they won't have any witnesses? The guys that were with him?
There was no indication that it went nowhere as they could, and it took about a week to interview everyone involved. But once again, it went nowhere. As the investigation continued, the evidence police gathered made one thing clear: the stepbrother was not involved. There was no indication that he, or anyone he had issues with, played any role in the shooting. On top of that, his appearance was very different. He had long dreadlocks down to his shoulders, making a case of mistaken identity with Tyrone highly unlikely. In cases like this, when police don't have an initial suspect, they're forced to follow every possible lead. After that, police began receiving a large number of tips from the community. In several of those tips, callers said Tyrone had been seen in the roller rink area, where he was involved in a verbal confrontation with another person. Detectives then located Tyrone's friend, Dylan. They brought him to the police station to talk in more detail about what had happened and see if it could be connected to the shooting.
What?
Wait, what happened?
Forced to follow every possible lead. After that, police began receiving a large number of tips from the community. In several of those tips, callers said Tyrone had been seen in the roller rink area, where he was involved in a verbal confrontation with another person. Detectives then located Tyrone's friend, Dylan. They brought him to the police station to talk in more detail about what had happened and see if it could be connected to the shooting.
What did you see there?
We got there, and we see him, and I'm speaking, he just give us an odd look, and then, like, Tyrone cut out early.
So this drama dude was on Apple Street too?
Yeah.
Wherever that was?
Yeah, he just, like, give off this vibe.
He mentioned that there had been a verbal altercation with a guy known by the street name Drama. Investigators decided to follow up on that lead to see if it had any connection to Tyrone's murder. They also brought in
used up all of their budget looking for who did this.
two other friends for interviews, hoping to get a clearer picture of what really happened. The vehicle was described as a black four-door car that had backed into the driveway of a vacant house that was listed for sale. Detectives were able to get a license plate reader hit on that vehicle.
There it is. Shout out Hybe. It's either going to be flat camera, ring doorbell, and or a guy that sits in the window all day. But you're going to get caught if you do crimes. And that old guy in the window shit is real. My grandfather stood in that window, minding everybody's business but his own. Salutes. Got the license plate number. Let's see.
Tracking it as it passed through Illinois toll booths captured on surveillance cameras. That plate came back to someone in the U.S. military, serving in the same battalion as Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. The owner was identified as Jeremy Cuellar, a member of the same squad as Tyrone. Using the license plate data, investigators were able to place his vehicle near the scene of the crime on the day of the shooting. For the first time, the investigation was starting to show real progress.
She had an accomplice.
And police finally had a name.
From the same battalion? Was she balling him at the same time?
Before detectives spoke directly with Jeremy, they immediately contacted investigators at Fort Stewart working with the U.S. Army. Army investigators began going through the platoons connected to the case and interviewed several service members. One of them was Sergeant Bacon. He had personal first-hand knowledge of Jeremy Cuellar and Kamaya Hassel, information that would quickly become critical to the case.
So when y'all would hang out, what would y'all typically do?
Talk and drink.
Wait, who the fuck was this guy?
Army investigators began going through the platoons connected to the case and interviewed several service members. One of them was Sergeant Bacon. He had personal first-hand knowledge of Jeremy Cuellar and Kamaya Hassel, information that would quickly become critical to the
Same way if he would have caught her cheating, Velez, she would have given him the same cry, same tears. How do you doing? What's it be?
Everybody had their own little battle boo career. So when you say messing around,
he said everybody had their own little battle boo. They had their own little battle boo in Korea.
What are you getting at with that? Because obviously, you know, everybody's got different. Oh yeah, like sexually.
I'll help you with that. So they were all in Korea, and
somebody's mama got the bochinche, got the information, all right?
Too much information and shit.
And the mama called in.
Where it started, he and the girl had a relationship going on, and that the guy that died had said something to him, so they had words, and then he had threatened him.
The relationship between Jeremy and Tyrone's wife turns out to be a crucial piece of the puzzle. It adds real weight to the motive and helps explain why certain things may have happened. Once Kamaya's name comes into the picture, police have no choice but to focus on her next. A turn in the case that would shock everyone. But detectives still need the full story. Was Kamaya being stalked by Jeremy, with him becoming obsessed and ultimately deciding to eliminate what he saw as his rival? Or was she actually part of it, aware of what was going to happen and involved from the start?
What was going on? When did you guys become romantic? You guys seen each other while he was in Michigan? Now listen, did you see him while you're in Michigan? Because they're going to take your phone apart. When they take your phone apart, it's all there. So what I want to say is, before they do that, I want you to be honest with me.
I've worked the same amount of hours that he worked, and I still have to come home and do everything for the baby.
I agree, that's not fair.
And it's like the reason why
I got to do everything for the baby. You became a mother.
I've worked the same amount of hours that he worked, and I still have to come home and do everything.
You chose the wrong motherfucker to have a baby with then.
I agree, that's not fair.
And it's like the reason why the relationship and a bond was built between me and Jeremy is because you always tell me, you know, you don't have to worry about that. When me and you get together, I'll make sure you have your breaks. I'll do this for the baby. I'll do that. And it just made me really feel like that all of that was going to happen.
It made you feel like the dumb that you are. Dumb as shit.
First striking thing about
Adios, pendejo.
Kamaya in the interview was how cold and calculated she was. Definitely not normal for an average person. You could even say she manipulated Jeremy into pulling the trigger. What's clear, though, is that she was a much more active participant part of the plan from the start, with Jeremy following.
Like, she didn't even have it in. She bullshitted through months and months and months, or however long it was they were investigating. And the moment he told her, they're going to tear your phone apart. As soon as they tear your phone apart, they're going to know everything. She just started spilling the beans, huh?
Yes.
Why did you do it in Korea?
No, it was just planned in Korea. It wasn't to be done in Korea. It was just planned in Korea when we got back to the States. But I didn't take it serious because even though
stop. Now listen, this is where you and I stay straight. Because you didn't take it serious because you knew he was out there that night with a gun. So were you guys talking because they're going to get your correspondent every day?
He would be like,
Cari fresca, suciedad, puteria at its finest.
What's today looking like? And I'd be like, well, he's out cutting hair, and he'll be like, okay, well, we'll be up there in a few hours, and then he'll come up here and scope out and see if he'll come home by himself or if he wouldn't, and then we would try to take the opportunity. I said, well, he's about to bring us something to eat, and then that's when he came.
So you called him and said, well, hold on, I just come back to bring food.
Yeah, I said that he was coming back to bring us something to eat. No, he just brought us something to eat. So we sit on the couch eating. And then
Brought you something to eat because you're tired and you can't cook. He brought you something to eat and you smoked him for it, or let your boyfriend do it.
I just heard gunshots.
Well, why would you just divorce him?
I talked to him about it, and he didn't want to.
You put your needs, your
I don't believe she talked to him about it. I think she was scared to do that.
wants about somebody's life.
I did.
Often suspects won't say much to the police, but when she confessed during the interrogation, almost everything she talked about was about herself, how things affected her.
Absolutely. Of course it's how it affected her. She didn't give a fuck about how it affected anybody else.
Why it had to be done, and how calculated it all was.
You know, you said you feel about as responsible as Jeremy is. I mean, would you say this is a 50-50 you guys were on this?
Bruh, he didn't, that guy got he didn't have to do no work. Right? He got his bonus, and all he had to do was go in there and do some bad acting, and that's it.
Because I knew all about it, and like I said, I probably could have stopped it, but the reason that I didn't, because I felt like he would, be mad at me or...
And not love you anymore?
Yeah, because I just felt like I wasn't getting that love at home like I wanted to.
Without a doubt, she's one of the
Miss me with the bullshit.
coldest people you could ever come across in any true crime story. At the same time, August 29th, 2019, about 8 months after Tyrone's killing, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She will never see freedom again. Jeremy also pleaded guilty to second-degree murder on July 30th, 2019, and was sentenced to 65 years in prison. With his earliest eligibility for parole at age 90, it's extremely unlikely he will ever get out. He later tried to withdraw his plea, but the Michigan Supreme Court refused to hear his case in 2021.
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. You know.
Better than me. Better than me, old man. I don't know. So he's sitting across the glass from the father and Jeremy's punk ass. That's crazy.
Under the circumstances.
Man, she wanted me to do it, man. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I wanted her, you know.
Yeah, you a sucker. Your mama raised a sucker.
Saying, and she knew what she was doing. She wanted the money. So I don't know what that's crazy. It's crazy. Honestly, I was blind. Like I was blinded. You know, I thought that was love.
It's dumb sucker goofballs like that made it into the military, that get out of the military, can't be a cop, can't be this, can't be that do sucker shit, they become ICE agents and shit. That type of stupid motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just wondering if she talked to you about that afterwards.
I mean, yeah, she did. Matter of fact, she did. She was like, yeah, like, you know, he died in my arms. And she was saying she was sad about it. And I'm like, then why'd you have me do it then? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, you know.
Can't nobody have me do shit.
It's cool. Like, I could tell by the way you look, man, you want me to burn in hell, sir.
Yeah, well, you're asking, you a narcissist too. You're only asking so that you could hear him say, nah, you good.
And I understand that. I understand that.
Don't understand. You can't understand. Shut the fuck up. You don't understand nothing.
You know what I'm saying? I really hope you can forgive me.
Nah. Shut up. This is all for you. None of this has to do with my son.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to take forever, or you might not. But you know, I really hope you can.
True enough, you killed my son, but I don't think... I know I'm looking at somebody that had a twisted mind at one point. You know, you seem like a good cat. And I hate the situation had to happen, especially I hate it had to happen to my son. I'm never going. The only thing I could do is visit him in the grave.
Yeah, you better than me, Pops. I couldn't even give him none of that. Shockingly, Camilla's family now holds the custody of Sergeant Tyrone Hasser III and Camilla's son. Wow. Wow. Oh, rest in peace, Tyrone. That's it, puteria at its finest, man. That was pure puteria right there. Suciedad. All right? People not being able to contain the skeletons in their closet. Crazy talk. Hundreds up in the chat. Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all. We've been here 3.5 hours. Your boy about to kick rocks. Hit that like button if you have yet to do so. Hundreds up in the chat. Let me run through the chat real quick. Shout out Zoraida was in here first. Shout out Shannon, Zoraida, Velez, Malcolm, Dede, William, Deb, Jose, Robert, Ivy, Sam, Primo, Zamora, 298, appreciate you. Upper Echelon, salutes. To the Mama Bicho, run up, get done up. 323G, salutes to you. I saw this and I think I forgot to shout it out. Appreciate you. My brother Oso. Shout out Patrick for giving us a shot tonight. Appreciate you. Shout out Think Like a Kingpin for coming through. Big June. Shout out Sue Soul. Appreciate you. Shout out Glory Days for the 349 New Zealand. Appreciate you. Pure Art. Salutes. Miguel Lopez. ECA. I appreciate y'all. Anybody could go visit someone in jail, or do they need the inmate's permission first? I don't know. It probably differs depending where they at. I'm sure you could deny a visit if you wanted to. I think you got to be on the list. Shout out my brother Oso. Y'all have a great night. I'll try to see y'all again with another live stream. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying to enjoy a lot of sports. A lot of peace of mind. Your boy working hard. I'm trying to enjoy football. Trying to enjoy all the fights that's happening tomorrow. And it's Gaethje versus Patty Pimblett. Amanda versus Kayla Harrison. When is Tio versus Shakur? It's the 31st. You can deny a visit. Hold it up high. Hold what up high? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, mommy's weak.
No, mommy's weak.
Y'all have a good night. Your boy gonna get something to eat and chill out. Maybe y'all see me tomorrow. Maybe you don't. Make sure you go check out the second installment of The Trader. If you haven't seen Cartel Episode 2, make sure you go check out Cartel Episode 2. Get in the playlist section. If you haven't seen, and then stay tuned. Sunday we're dropping Il Cartel News. Is Ivan cleaning house? Mañana. Hold it up high. Hold up what high mañana, man? What the fuck is you talking about? What am I hold up high tomorrow? The Bears? Put on my jersey again tomorrow? All right. With that said, y'all have a great night, and I will holla. Peace.